Want to shout out to the VIP guys. It's London. Want to go over the details on Bitcoin tonight. We have some more positive, incredible price action to go through. We are excited, guys. I have to say this, out of every channel that I have looked at, period, any investigation I've done in terms of just looking at the market, we have just nailed it, guys. There's not a channel that is ahead of this pricing target right here, currently up at 35.25%. Let's see that, about 30, let me look closely, 34.18 since our bottom target there of 33,734. Very exciting to see you guys back in the room. This is London, Crypto Kingdom, Bitcoin Spike, and we have a top level of membership, which is VIP. Shout out to Angel. What's up, brother? Very excited to see what all is going on in the market. We have a lot of positive price action. You guys know that, and what I would say is what you guys need to do is just shout out in the chat right now. Need to hear from you in terms of the chat. That would be great. I told you guys last night, what was the kicker last night? I was like, we can look at this all day long. VIP are not going to want to let it go of their positions in this zone. We had a rising wedge today as well. We beat that rising wedge right now. We're headed right up to my target of 45,543. So, in terms of that, I just know the VIP guy, when you get a great entry, it just changes. If you guys could hit the like button, I'd appreciate that since you have streamed into the room. I know it's late night. That will keep me going for a bit in terms of the technicals. If you'll hit the like button, I'd appreciate that, and that'll keep me going for a little bit here. Give me some energy. I'd appreciate that. So as we would look at the let's just look at the details. Let me send out a few texts here, but we have some interesting potential targets I want to talk about tonight. Some different targets that haven't been in the mix. So we're going to talk about the specific targets from the resistance, support, resistance. I'd say support here. We have 1, 2, 3 hits along this resistance here. Along the support, we have 2 hits here, and we're going to measure up today and be real specific about the amplitude of this specific channel formation. Were we to accomplish a measured move, I think you'd be happy with that pricing target to the upside. So I will get into that in just a few seconds. Let me go ahead and shout out to the VIP and give them a link. I appreciate you guys hitting that like button. That just lets me know that you guys are here, right? I need to know someone's here. We'll go through the technicals. We've been really on it, guys. So in terms of, let me get it to Twitter and the DM in the back room real quickly. Let me get them there we go. Let me get Steve in here and some of the guys in here. Let me know what you guys are trading. I'd love to know. I know guys, everything has gone through the roof on this move here from and just let's review this. What was it? It was BTC hitting the 50% retracement, right? And we had that at the 50, but also, boom, the lower figure, the lower price target. What was that lower price target? Do you guys know what the lower price target was? Okay, I haven't covered this. We haven't covered this necessarily since the pricing target, but it's interesting. No one has asked me, London, what was the price target? What was this lower price target? Because that was a pretty mean slam down. You guys, if you were in the market, guys, this slam down from 34,000, bam, let's just say on the 4 hourly, from about 34,000, boom. That was a mean drop straight down, boom, on the line on the 4 hourly to pick up the orders waiting at that level. So no one asked me, like, where did you get that? What is that level? Well, if we were to go across here, I had developed that level specifically in line with this previous breakout zone. Okay, so as you would look at this, I had denoted, just so that you know, this small little hitch right here. I had looked at this and said, this is some sort of a breakout event, something going on in this level, and this to me needs to be part of our pricing target. So I had drawn this up in through just a bit of the price action, probably on a different time frame, but that's what this was this hitch, and what it was a breakout of a previous zone on a different time frame. So as you would wonder, how would you come up with a specific pricing target that is that accurate? That's just there we go. Looking on that 1 hourly, you start to get kind of a feel, there we go, of something along the lines of right here, boom. Okay, we'll go on a different time frame, but I specified those beforehand, and getting in line with that lower time frame, a previous breakout, I'm always interested in, and guys, all of them, I just tell you, I'm always interested in, particularly like this one. For instance, let's look at that one. To look at your pricing targets, to be able to capture all of the pricing. Okay, we just went on the 1 hourly, for instance, and got close. The higher one played, the lower one didn't. Okay, so that was a call by me to go with the higher one that I did beforehand and not the lower one, just to let you guys know what I did to get that lower pricing target, because it may be something that can benefit you in terms of the overall approach as you look at your pricing targets. very critical to look at your pricing targets. What's going on there, Steve? I see you in Gala again. That's 2 nights in a row. I'm sure you're making cash. Let's see what Gala is doing. You guys making money in Gala? I know Elon's doing well. What else is doing well, guys? Really well. We've had. Sheeb, Mighty Sheeb, has picked up the juice. Floki has picked up the juice, right? Absolutely. Floki's done well. It's up 33% plus. Let's say 30% plus last night. We're friends of Floki. We're friends of Sheeb. Have been friends of Sheeb long time, just so you guys know. The first bull pennant, the first bull feature that played out, I brought to the VIP in 2021. So we're very, very familiar with Sheeb. And we welcome Angel. Trillion Sheeb. You guys done the math on that? A trillion Sheeb? Can you guys do the math on trillion Sheeb? Angel, our top supporter on top. Super Chat King, $1,000 Super Chat King. Overall, $57,000 contributor, maybe 57.5. I have to update that from last night. I don't always go in increments with 0.5 with him because I don't know. He's a little bit over the 0.5 kind of caliber. So as we look at this from our lower target, after we reviewed that, glad you guys saw just the nuance, right? Because we could have had. And it's interesting to review that. You have to give credit to it. To review it, it's like, well, okay, this one did hit, the lower one didn't hit. So it's always, it's that give and take. It's that you have to look at the market. You have to really assess it because when you do those types of analytics, when we get into it, I could have stacked another target down here. Probably would have meant that people had more backup reserve and not engaged at this level. So that was kind of the call that I made. I just kind of made it, okay, because we follow the approach in terms of Fibonacci's. And guys, it's just you can play breakouts all day long. People who want to really get excessive with their accounts, etc. A lot of times they'll do that. But if we were just to draw a flat out Fibonacci, what is our approach? Just compounding down at the lower levels, right? If you want to carry it down, that's fine. As long as you can cover that upside exposure till we get to a level that really wants to launch. And that's the real gravy maker, guys. That's the one when you're dealing with a cyclical to compound into something. And you might say at the end, well, okay, that's fine, but what if we take off early and I'm not all the way, if I don't have all my cash deployed? That would be the one complaint that I could foresee is or criticism of that kind of an approach. Well, what I would say is this. If you were to do that, okay, on the macro, what would that mean? If you were to do that on the macro with Bitcoin, what would that have meant? If you had scheduled in, you had backup reserves, first of all, is a very healthy thing. When people get overexposed to the market, it can be very dangerous. But when you do that, guys, what are you essentially? What are you telling me if you tell me, well, London, okay, I'm willing to do that. I want to double and triple down into this. Let's say I throw 50 grand in up here. Let's say 100 grand. Okay, great. Let's throw in 200 grand right here. Okay, let's do, and let me just schedule this up the way that essentially we would be at. Let's go to the all-time high, the ground zero. I call it ground zero to all-time high, okay? There we go, ground zero to all-time high. All I do is double-click. I put 0 in the Fibonacci. I roll it up to the top, right? So, and what are we looking at in terms of that kind of a rationale? Well, okay, let's say I throw in 100 grand, okay, $100,000 at the 23.6. Okay, well, I'm willing to, and let's say I have like, $5-6 million bucks or $10 million bucks that I want to invest in. That you want to invest with the $5 or $6 million bucks. So maybe you want to invest with the 5 or 6,000, right? Just change the features here. We have some big time players, etc. But just change the equation as needed. Okay, and I think it'll make a good point. Is you would look at it and say, well, I want all my cash deployed, right? And I always say it's not a question of whether or not you can make money in the market. You can make money in the market. What gets people tied up is how much money they want to make. Right? Always, it's like, well, how much do you want to make? How much of your capital do you want to risk at the same time? So let's just go through this strategy real quickly. It's the VIP strategy. We carry this back for a long time, guys, long time. In terms of this, looking at the 23.6, bam, an entry. Let's just say $100,000, or let's just say that right now. Then the next, this 38.2, would have to be the 23.6. The 38.2, well, let's say we, even on Bitcoin right here, let's say this first level, we had the 23.6, and it didn't take off, and boom, it came down to pick up our orders. Let's say we had 100 grand here. Well, let's say we decided to put in like 400 here. Okay, well, we put in 400. We're clearly covering that top level, right? Not necessarily always just a double down, but covering that top level, right? You have to cover your upside exposure, guys. You have to, or else it's a really uncomfortable game. You guys know that. And in terms of you could go by the threshold, but what you wind up doing is hunting for so many answers for the next right answer. You're almost determined to find the bound one or the wrong one. You're almost determined or bound to find the wrong one. Pardon me, guys. So as we would look at that, yes, if you had 100 grand in up top, right, the strategy goes. Well, let's say we throw in 400 here. Okay, great. So we have 500 in. Okay, 500 total at this level of the let's say the 38.2 in this zone. We just let it roll in 38.2. Then we get it down to the 50% retracement. Let's say you have let's say you have $7 or $8 million bucks. You have is it 7,000-8,000? That's fine, guys. Just do the math, okay? As we would look at this, Bitcoin up 2.17%, 44,802. Very glad last night we talked about VIP not going to be selling. I know it. They're not going to be releasing their positions. They're not. It's too strong in terms of the price action. So way to go, VIP. Way to go, Steve. You're trading well. Nice to see that. As we would look at the carry down function here of the 38.2, let's say you have the 100, then the 400 in here, okay? And this would just be at the levels here. We can go ahead and do this. And I'll clean up we had a lot of extensions on the map from last night just to talk about extensions, just to go through what they are to try and teach people exactly how to apply them. And glad we got the internet fixed. We did call corporate, and we got that all scheduled away, corporate services, et cetera, whatever those are, with 5G services, all that good stuff is good and squared away. So we're good to roll on the stream. Now, okay, so we have the 23.6, boom, let's say 100K. Okay, great. The 38.2. Okay, it could be $1 million, it could be $5 million, it could be $4 million, it could be whatever you want it to be. Okay, just do the math, right? Is what I say. If it's $100, that's fine, no problem. Hey, just let's do the equation. So the 23.6 at let's just say $100,000, and that 38.2 gets hit. We frustrated we didn't get through. Well, we hit the 38.2 down in here. A little bit of frustration, but off the line, but we actually did come into contact on the candle wicks. Okay, so boom, we hit that. So let's say you had the 100,000, then you had the 400,000. So you got $500,000. Well, now that's going to be rolling down into this level. What do you need to do? You need to compound into it, right? So if you had 100, you had 400. I mean, you're looking at like $500,000 in, or say you have, I don't care if it's $500, $500,000 or 5,000, whatever it may be. That comparable. Okay, in terms of the math of it. If we hit down into the 50%, what's the best strategy is just as you're walking this down, carrying this down and accumulating, getting into your position, right? You would say, well, okay, and this is up to you to an extent. I always tell people, do your own math, right? Do your own math. Decide your own position. But if you got 100 and 400, you say you got, I got to tell you guys, if you have like 500,000, you're going to, I'm going to say, you're going to want maybe, I don't know, 2.5. Something like that, 2.5 at this next level. Now, you're going to get into quickly. It's like, well, I wanted to deploy the full 7 or 8 million or 7 or 8,000, whatever that would be, right? So you're going to get into a structure here where from $500,000, you may want, maybe you're comfortable with or if it's, you do the math. Again, I'll say that. But if you were looking at the $500,000 in thus far and you decide to schedule in something around, if it's 500,000 all told at the two previous levels, let's say you decide to throw in, let's just say to really cover up and through, what would you say, guys? On one, let's say on $500,000, you're probably looking at 3.5 sounds good. It just does. 3 to 3.5 sounds decent at this level. It does for having 100,000, 400,000, being $500,000 exposed, being at a key level entry where we're at. It could have been, maybe it's 2. Right, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 2,000. That's 2,000 in the equation. Or maybe it's 200. It's not. It's add the zero or subtract it as it makes sense to you. But as we would look at this, the point is, however you deal with with your exposure and however aggressive you get with this level from, let's say, having 100 and you have 400, a total of 500,000. You would look at, well, this level. Whatever I'm doing, I don't want to critically jeopardize any of my reserve holdings. Now, that's the criticism of the strategy, right? Because other people might say, well, I'm going to deploy more and all of my cash here, right? I'm going to go ahead and deploy all of my cash here. Well, what is the answer to that? The answer to that is, well, one of two things. You can still deploy cash in at these levels. You can still deploy the cash in at these levels. What is the benefit you get? The benefit is that you get a drastically better position, right? And when you really get into the calculus is when you start saying, okay, well, that's why it may not just be a simple double down, right? Because you have 100,000, you have, let's say 400,000, then yeah, okay, so you're really covering, and just pay attention to this, you're really going to be covering the percentage loss of the previous carried downs, which makes it beneficial to have lighter exposure at the top. Okay. Now, in terms of that, you have to be critically, once we draw these Fibonacci's and we start operating on them, you have to understand we hit a double top, right? You have to understand that carry down also does lose a degree of value, right? So in terms of that, I do calculate that in and figure that out. When I normally say double down at lower levels, I do mean a more of a double down than just times two, right? It's a compound down. Sometimes it's 5 times the position, etc. But I'm very aware of the critique that $100,000 and then the $400,000 would have eliminated in price. So we address that in terms of the overall of it. I always tell people to do overall the strategy. I always tell people to do your own math. That's what the math should entail for people making spreadsheets or anything else. If you're not doing that level of analytics on your entries, I just encourage you to do that. So that would be my encouragement of the day. If you're looking at accumulating, I'll tell you this. Well, we're going up, London. I mean, why would you ask that? The answer is, look at this cycle that we're developing here. Okay, look at this on the daily. This is some nice cyclical price action. Do you think that you will have the opportunity to do another Fibonacci at some point on the macro? I'm going to say yes. Okay, at some point, absolutely. Bitcoin's going to want to retrace on the macro. Okay, so when you look at accumulation and heavy and compounding down, I'll tell you, when you start compounding down just at the little small intervals, etc., you got to have some cash. You have to have some positioning. You have to have some degree of positioning. One thing that I went over with the VIP in the back, you guys just wanted to help out with a little bit of the analytics that you're doing on your own. I know you guys are making spreadsheets and doing things like that, and you're on top of your game. So when we would look at what we're going to look at now is, and is a bit frustrated or not. Let's talk about up 2%. Let's see what the major market mover is right now. We have AVAX doing well. Happy to see AVAX doing well. Brought that in the first bull flag of 2021 to VIP. Very nice. FXS moving. Was wanting to know when that would decide to move. Maybe a little bit more. I like the chart on it. Why do I like it? Because it's in this little zone. And to me, it's just going to be real impressive if and when AVAX decides to pick up off of its golden pocket. Okay, so not FXS. If I said AVAX, I'm sorry. FXS. FXS is Frac shares. It's cool. We like charts, guys. If you're not into FXS, do you like the chart? This is the home of we like the chart. I'm going to tell you that. So this is it, right? We want to make sure there's a good utility. We want to make sure the dev team is there. We want to make sure the management team is there. But you're going to find a group here that likes the chart. You want to trade a bull flag? You want to trade it? Yeah, we like to trade here, guys. That's what we do. So the beginning of the stream, a lot about just accumulation and long-term holdings. Okay, carry that alpha with you. Okay, and if you've been doing a good strategy like this with Bitcoin or something else for a while, you've already got that well out of the way. You're looking at how can you schedule in and hit your targets that will benefit you in a trade, because that's where we're at right now. We're at that point right now where literally whoever's on the map with this, we have beat them in terms of percentages, in terms of the entries, the target level entry at the 33,734. Our target has beaten the lot of them, guys. I don't know anyone else who has a target of 33,734. So shout out to anybody who was listening and decided to hit that target. And it's not the breakout trade, etc. But it's right now, guys. It's pretty solid. You guys, know that, right? Let's just look at and I'll review it because you are the reason we're here. Okay, so I'm just excited to be able to bring you these targets. I'm excited to be able to see a success in the framework of your trading. It's nice to watch you guys develop. I do train traders. I've done that for a bit of time, and I appreciate doing that. It's one thing that I enjoy doing is creating alpha traders. What is alpha, right? The percentage by which you beat the market. Okay, not everyone even knows what that is. Alpha is the percentage by which you beat the market. Okay, so 33%. Okay, that's very, very impressive. 33% from the lower target. And, we talk about one of the things, I always say buy at support, sell at resistance, and trade your patterns. And, guys, when I talk about, alpha, there's the reason I came up with the channel was because I had so many alpha traders in training and, formalized training. And, guys, that's it's more formalized in terms of a schedule. Okay, it's not a late night stream. It's not anything like that. It's literally one-on-one with screen share, making sure that people are doing their charts right, making sure that they can form at least to the best understanding. And I have a good one, guys, of New York Institute of Finance. And we focus on New York Institute of Finance. Why? Because, and listen, guys, why? Because the New York Stock Exchange is valued at 26 trillion. let's say 20 to 25 trillion, okay, in market cap. It's been around since the 1700s. Okay, they know price action. They know an ascending wedge, guys. They know every pattern, and they if there is an authority or a guide, it's not Johnny come lately on Google. It's the crew that's been around since 1700. We're going to pay attention to them. All right, we have some guys here that are investing real amounts of money, and I just am of a firm belief that the money that you invest matters. So, in terms of your financial advice, give it to yourself, because you guys are going to be, I think you're going to be as well equipped as, but do run it by anybody on in a formalized office desk or setting that you may encounter at Schwab or anywhere else. That ultimately, if they see your skill set, I imagine they would want to know what you think about a certain stock or what you think about a certain crypto. I'll just tell you that much. Go into a J.P. Morgan or somewhere else, they can be like, So what other crypto ideas you have? It's been a while since we've had that set up, I'd say, with institutional framework of Wall Street or whatever it may be, where you would go in for financial advice. They'd be like, so what else are you investing in? Huh? I mean, they're gonna pick your brain, I guarantee you. So that's kind of a fun part of the. That's kind of fun right now. So looking at this, it's impressive move, right? Bitcoin has not wanted to quit. We had this rising wedge. We were perched up on top. Last night, we discussed this re-entry into this specific line of resistance. We were in between, and the good news is we've broken through that level of resistance, okay? So I go through some talk in the beginning just to make sure that we're with the right group, right? We got the right group together, right? Absolutely. Let the guys go off, and we'll cover some basics here just to let kind of people know. Let people know, because I think there's a real need in the space for some sort of rationale in terms of something that works within the framework of maybe along the next one where people aren't getting so hard. Let's just say financially, this was a tough retracement, particularly for people who didn't want to double down. It's just it is compound down. So support. We were on the candle wicks. Okay, we have kind of a dual indicated line here from the green to the red to kind of the blue on the outside. This green, kind of this lower level function here, and put this on a big screen, guys. Put it on a big screen. This green function right here, that's essentially on the wicks, okay, of the hits here along the bottom, okay, on this level of support. Really fine-tuned, guys, really fine-tuned. That is those are the wicks, okay? Then we have the top line function. So we were past that, I'd say the top line threshold of this region, okay, of this line of resistance. Because it was a support to support, we didn't want to turn it into a cross line of resistance, right? Look at the price action, boom, beautiful, nice move through. What got us through? We were looking for some patterning, and we definitely got it. It was a nice pattern that did want to formulate, and it gave us the indication. It's a good review that we can get into in terms of, let's see, an incomplete yet a very functional. Let's see, bull pennant right here. Nice bull pennant. As you saw this formation, essentially any symmetrical triangle is going to be, with a run up there too, is going to be a bull pennant. So we had to draw to, I call this the hitch. This is the hitch in the flagpole right here. This little zigzag, boom, boom. I call those the hitch. So we draw to the hitch up through, and you can just see that we were creating a very nice symmetrical formation. And what was implied clearly, although it lacked the full expression, again to the lower line of the support, really it was more aggressive than that, than it would have been if it completed fully. But those are, it's kind of an implied bull pennant. So when we see that, just boom, and we've outperformed the target to the upside. Just very, very nice. What we would talk about, and it looks like we're having a little bit of a reaction up there now, 1.5%, 6%, a little bit of a knock on the door, ba-boom. There we go. We knock on the door of that. How about that? While we were talking about strategy, etc., did you guys hit your target? Did you hit your target, 45,543? I think somebody did. You guys see that? Let's check that out for VIP. What's up, guys? Shout out to everybody in VIP, because that's an interesting target. That's an interesting level to watch that candle develop on. Let me get this red off the screen if I can, just a second. Let's do this real quickly. Okay, let's get into what we just hit. Now, we're going to talk about this function. What is this? This is our target from the ascending triangle, but boom, to the upside. And we'll get into this exactly. But I believe that this is our ascending triangle on the wicks. Okay, so looking at this, if you guys had that sell order sitting and waiting, you just nailed it. All right, if you're looking, or you already, I don't know if you already re-entered, maybe you already deployed fibs. I don't know what you've done. I'm excited to hear though if you guys did. We met our first target. Ba-boom. Nice job. That's nice, guys. That's a target. Okay, that is a target right there. Right there at 34,000. Let's see, at 45,000. I'm looking at 34.96% thereabouts. I can clean that up a little bit on the lower end of things. Let me make sure that that's right on. But let's just zoom in and see exactly our target. We did it on the candle wicks, right? We just did. We did that on the candle wicks. Let's see how close we got. And I'll have to go back to the other stream to see exactly what I lined out the first day. Yeah, we're off by just a touch here. It looks like buyers were a little bit eager to get involved. A little bit. Everybody wanted it about point. We're 0.12% within threshold, about $55 within the $55 within the actual framework of what got hit. So that's very nicely done on the. It is a difficult scheduling in. Now, if you wanted to be more aggressive, what's the more aggressive target to the upside? All right, now this is where it comes down to you guys. You guys tell me what you're doing with the trades, etc. As we would look at this, let's roll through what are the different options that we would look at on an ascending triangle. Okay, so some people just booked a trade. You saw that price action to the downside. You see that quick fallout, boom, people scheduled back in. I know people may just quick hit and just bought back in, sold, bought, boom, boom, sell, boom, buy, bam. Okay, it's that type of a market right now. So to the extent that you guys are doing that, way to go, VIP. What's up? That is nice. That's our target. Just got slammed into. Boom. And that was a hefty completion for the ascending triangle because we haven't completed one yet. So what's up, Bitcoin? What is going on? Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out in the chats. Hope you're doing well. That's what we like to see. So more aggressive target. Let's go up through this. Let's go up through the ascending triangle on the maximum here that we would have on the maximum. That was the first level there. That was the first level of this mid-level, let's say the mid-level target, kind of a reasonable range within a measurement of the ascending triangle from this portion that included the bottom side, the bottom side pivot along support. Okay, so a more aggressive pivot. I'm sorry, a more aggressive target. Let's say a more aggressive target would include a capture of, and I can make it as aggressive as possible here. We can review that first set of targets. I don't want to redo the targets, but we can kind of quick draw through this and let you know kind of where we're at. Let's look at this in terms of this bottom line expression here. If we really wanted to max this sucker out, if you were just like, on fire and Bitcoin's on fire and that's it, it's going to keep burning. That's it. It has to. Okay, if you're of that mind, you want to keep rolling with it. It's your decision. I'm excited that 35% has come through the wayside. That's a huge, beautiful move in a period of time of, let's say, since that bottom line target. Let's just say, boom, in 2 weeks, 35% is nice, guys. Good job. If you're on that heavier amount of cash and you just took, congratulations. That's a huge move. If you slam back in to it after it hit, that's nice too, guys. But I mean, let's talk about the upside. I still don't know if VIP are going to let their positions go. I might as well say that. I may be saying that for a while, right? But I'm excited because I saw the market take at that level, right, within $55. Not bad. Not bad. So as we're going to look at this specific amplitude, the entirety of the amplitude here, okay, would be I'd say a nice expression. Okay, within this, the full expression of the amplitude of the most exterior portion, let's say the opposite side of the apex, the constriction, and this kind of the opening of the ascending triangle. Okay, we have that line of resistance, we have a line of support. Okay, ascending line of support. These are very bullish typically, but I hate to say they're very bullish typically in a market that has been very difficult. Once the bulls pick up, they're very bullish. Okay, so looking at this specific target to the upside, let's go ahead and do this. Looking at this specific target to the upside, we are looking at it. I'm gonna go ahead and add in another target just so you guys can look. We went through heavily last night. We went through extensions, absolutely. So it doesn't look like BTC has decided to give up. Surprise, surprise, surprise. But it did have a pretty drastic hit at that level. That's a nice hit. That's a real nice hit. I'm excited to be able to explain that in rationale that includes us having that as our target. Ba-boom. That's nice. Look at that. Market picked back up along the 100 moving average on the 5-minute time frame, right? So that's nice. What is that from a pickup here? What could you have gotten discount? Okay, you would have had to play a little aggressive on the out, but yeah, you got a 2.7% discount. 2.7% on BTC, yeah. Depending upon your position, yeah. You could if you wanted a couple percent or even if you can do that on Bitcoin. You can't do that on the spread on the order book of all your altcoins. They're going to charge you a little bit more. You can't just slam in and out all the time. On Bitcoin, you can. That's one of the benefits. I was chatting with Angel earlier on, and he's like, talking about going gangbuster on Bitcoin, and like we can, that's that was kind of the conversation. Like, is it required? Is kind of what I want to say to you, Angel. Is it required now? Because Angel's been around since $7.79. So if and when he chooses to really heavily trade Bitcoin now, is it required now? Maybe of the market, maybe of 2022. I don't know. At some point, maybe it will be. I know that in 2022, we're building the VIP. We're building this infrastructure. We want to build it up, the teamwork. We want to build up the framework of just champions all around us, guys. That's what we want. We want to create this this atmosphere, and just it's a great start because, boom, right? These are the types of moves that I love to see. I love to see that 2022 started like this for VIP. Right, it's just nice, guys. It's just it's a very fortunate, just blessing to be a part of. I'm fortunate, guys, because I tell you guys all the time, you're a very selective. I'm selective in terms of who's in the VIP, but selective, i.e., like, well, that table may be reserved, sir. That table's reserved, right? You would say something like that, but you would say, like, you guys could have been selected, right? So that's cool. That's pretty cool for me, and it's cool for you guys that you're in that kind of we have that kind of a dynamic going on. So congrats to everybody trading BTC. What's up? I'm glad we've been focusing on it. You guys know that. I tell you, some people trade it and they trade into it, and you can't get them out of it. So I'll tell all the time. I'll say, well, we're in a bearish pattern. They don't care. And Bitcoin doesn't care. Once it gets going, it just doesn't care. There's a great example today in terms of the bearish pattern here, and we'll talk about that upside target of 46,649. That's what we've laid out now as the most extensive price target to the top. We're going to go ahead and do an extension. We're going to bring over an extension framework for the next one. That's 60. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me see where the golden pocket is. Let me make sure that this is tied up to the top. I want to make sure that this extension is rolled up very, very well. I want to see the 0 to 69,000 to 32,804. Let me see this 32,804. I want to make sure that we are just on par and that this is perfect. Let me get into this so that we can definitely look at the top side extension so we can see exactly, and if this can flow over to the other altcoins and we can reach this this top level extension, or the first level extension on the altcoins, you guys are going to be happy. I'm going to tell you that you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. Okay, you got a nice upside extension kind of pervasively across the altcoins right now that I'd like to see play out across the board. I look for those comparative analytics to where I can say, yes, across the board, this is happening everywhere. And then you get to pinpoint and say it hasn't happened on these three. They've been hot coins this last 6 months or 3 to 6 months, and we need to target these, right? So looking for those competitive advantages is always part of the game. And let's discuss, okay, this is right in line with, and let's make sure, I believe that this is going to be, we're going to have to nail that, there we go. That's just about right. Let me go ahead and lift this just a touch. Boom. There we go. Just a little bit. Or is that exactly, let me make sure that this extension is going to be exactly, I'm going to make sure it's exactly what it needs to be for you guys to enjoy the target. Okay, so let me see. That is close. Okay, so yeah, that extension is going to be really close. That's going to be really about on it. Let's see right here. So way to go, guys. We slammed into our first real top level target. That's nice. Okay, so the next one is going to be this. There we go. Now we're talking. The 23.6 is going to be what? It's going to be the 49,255. All right, I'm going to mark this one in. We're going to do a different color. I want this to be, let's just do a white line, okay? That's going to be our target on the upside with the macro extension. Now, what's the macro extension? Macro extension is going to be 0. Let me make sure that I have this specific one correct. There we go. Yeah. Yep, that's perfect. Okay. The 0, meaning the extension begins at 0, goes up to 69,000, retraced to essentially from 0 to 69,000, all-time high, okay, down to the framework of the most recent intermediary low. Okay, let's just say intermediary low, 32,000. About just say 33,000. I think that's I think a fair assessment of where the pricing went to, about 33,000. Okay, so. Our target about 33,700. So we were off by 700 on that. That's fine. In terms of the volatility, we could have scheduled into it more, but we had multiple targets. It was a really heavy area in this zone. So I'm happy to be within $700 of that. On this specific take, more of a day trade, a little bit more of a nuanced, a little bit more nuanced. We would say that yeah, we've got a little bit more of a precise grip on it. I want a little bit more of a precise level here. We'll do more. We may have 3, 4, 5 takes. You guys may trade 2, 3, 4 times in a week, right? So it may be with a lighter amount of cash. You may carry your alpha or carry your larger position. You may decide to kind of have a subset or a trading kind of an amount that you trade with, right? So you guys will tell me most times what you enjoy doing in terms of your trade setup. People on leverage right now are loving life. You're loving life. You're loving life. Congratulations. Let's look at the overall market real quickly here. AVAX up 8 or 9. Bitcoin doing well. It's kind of a light day in the market with Bitcoin up 2%. Sometimes Bitcoin will do this, and the alts will get real busy afterwards. You guys know that. They'll start screaming green, right, in terms of profits, etc. So let's see. We have the top line target at 49,250. Please pay attention to this. Please pay attention. Okay, we have the 49,250, which is on the extensions. The other target that I want to go over is on the hourly. I want you guys to see potentially that we have this nice channel framework set up right here. All right, nice channel framework, and we can go from a different time frame. We can adjust things in terms of trying to align this channel, but on the depending upon the time frame, there is an intermediary channel here. And Sheeb also has that. Okay, Sheeb has this going on. I've looked at the Sheeb chart quite a bit, and Sheeb does have this type of a channel formation going on. So to the extent that there's I don't know, a little bit of a comparable there. I like that, guys. Resistance support. Okay, to the extent that we're able to align a channel formation here, we're going to be looking at a potential. I'm going to say just realistically, guys, what are the big players going to be? And that's perfect. What are the big players on the street going to be looking at? They're going to be looking at a measured move from the breakout. Okay, from this channel breakout. Okay, the amplitude of that channel, they're going to want to carry it up. Something that a lot of traders forget a lot of times. Please pay attention. You forget this a lot of times. It's a channel, right? And to the extent that we have a good, solid channel framework in play, I'm going to review this because I did this earlier on, and there are some nuances to the different time frames. Okay, there just certainly are. As we would go to the candle wicks, you can see even that pour down to the 38.2 was a big, you call that a nuance, just differentiation. So it requires some understanding that there were some volatile, some externalized events here in terms of the formation of the channel line. And I'll clear up this specific wedge here. Let's clear this wedge up. We may clear up a lot here in a bit. This is looking really great. I'm really excited about this move. But as we would look at this specific channel formation, you guys can see that now. The channel formation between this, let's say this line of resistance and this line of support, the market's going to be looking at specifically, boom, right? The breakout from this specified channel. And it helps to go to the candle wicks. I'm going to say that. Let's just do this. Let's go to the candle wicks. Let me zoom out as much as I can. Let me do this. Let me zoom out, get a good framework for it. Let's dig into it. I just don't want to put because we're very accurate with our targets. I don't want to just throw something on the map and say, there you go, go with it. We're very accurate with them. So I may spend a little bit extra time here. Let's see what we have. All right, looks like that's interesting. I know you guys are probably working with the targets yourselves. Let me do this. Can I throw up I don't want to throw up a fib channel necessarily, although I could. Fib channel. I did this on Sheeb. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what a fib channel looks like. Sometimes this will give you expression in terms of the Fibonacci sequencing as well for your channel work, which is very nice. If you guys are accustomed to using Fibonacci channels, you can always double click on them. You can heighten this, right? You can get into the actual real colors of the Fibonacci calculations behind it. You can see a lot of the movement sometimes within the levels of the Fibonacci. So it can be a real useful tool if you get into using them correctly. It's kind of like a real long, I'd say extended and not so much fun course or I'd say training session on how do we use this again. I don't want to get into that, right? So it takes some time. It takes some effort to really get into it. So it looks like, we do have this specific channel work here on the 4 hourly. The issue here is with the candle wicks, you're going to have, just like we got to the target on the candle wick just now that we hit, right? We're going to have some differentiation here on the candle wicks from the actual line chart. Let's get a little bit more conservative on this now that I really hone in on this, though I'm not sure that we wouldn't want to pull this down just a little bit more. Let's pull this down a little bit more and see if I can. There we go. I think that's justified. There we go. Let's do that in terms of the analytics. Let's make sure that that is right on. There we go. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here because I want this to be perfect for you guys. Okay, so we can refer back to like the one we just hit and say, yep, we hit another target. It's not a real quick, easy fix. It's not that's never the answer, guys. Quick fix is never the answer in terms of TA. People don't want to spend the time. It's like, well, it's technical. It's gonna challenge you. So let's see if that is enough of a line here. Enough of a line. It's close. It's real close. This is within threshold. I may modify this a bit for the VIP a little bit later. I don't want that to be I just don't want to spend too much time while we're working on heavy technicals. Okay, let's do this. Let's tighten this up just a bit. It may be a little bit more expansive. Okay, just there. It's just this is the portion that's getting to me right in this area around this 59,000. It's just it's wanting to pull the entirety of this down just because it would give you an additional framework of hits here, resistance, another hit here. And so I'm kind of at an intermediary level between this resistance here and the overshot in this level and capturing this level in here as well. So it could be brought down a touch more just to be really super compliant. Like if you wanted to really be super compliant with your top line resistance, yeah, I would say that's super compliant with the top line resistance. Let's see how that works. All right, let's see how that works in terms. Okay, so that's going to be the lower target with the upper target up there. So that's fine. That's fine. I think we've covered then on a conservative basis. I think that we've covered this line of resistance, and the support, I think that that's actually a nice confluent target into this 46,000 that we have designated. Let me see this. Let's do this one more time and see within this framework up to this 46,649 framework. I think that's well indicated. I hope that you guys can replicate that on your desktop and tell me that that's something you agree with. I have tried to sharpen that analytically as much as possible for you. So in terms of that that approach, it's like the alpha. How do you get it? You got to work for it, guys. It's not going to just show up. It's just going to tell you it ain't going to show up. It's not well, I mean, sometimes it will, right? Some guy buys Dogecoin at 0.0000001. He didn't mean to, right? He just accidentally bought it. Who knows, huh? Sebastian, yo, what's up? It's not Sebastian, it's Angel. What's up, Angel? How are you? Angel, we hit our target, brother. We just slammed into our target. Look, bam. Look at this. Look at the candle on the daily. Look at this. VIP in the house. What's up, Angel? He's on Sebastian's computer or something, I believe. I think. I'm not sure. But look at this. You see this candle, the daily candle. Boom. That's our target. We hit it within $55. What's going on, VIP? Glad you're here for the show. Glad you're here for the TA. I wind up doing some heavy TA, and then Angel decides to rock in. And I'm like, did you hear all that? I hope you just heard all that. I'm doing all that for you guys. You included, Angel. So shout out to Angel, our #1 contributor. He's just the Sheeb extraordinaire. Trillion Sheeb. Go add it up. Go figure it out. Go add it up. Look at this. This specific. Let me move back now. 34%. We're at 34%. They're really 35%, guys, from our target 14 days ago. Boom. What's up? That's very nice. Angel's here. We got to do the rocket. You guys want to do the rocket? I know Steve loves the rocket. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that rocket too. Let's get the rocket out. See if we can do the rocket. I normally do it when he super chats though. He likes, yeah, we'll do it when he super chats. If he wants to super chat. Let's see what we got here. And let's see. So we hit our target. That's the good news. Glad you're here, Angel. Hope everything is well with the family. I hope Eden Rain, the kiddo, is put to bed, the princess, and she's doing well. And on the off chance that this is Sebastian, I'll go ahead and say, what's up, brother? How are you, sir? I hope everything is good. I don't think it's Sebastian. I don't think he's up trading crypto at night. But Steve's been trading, Angel. Steve has been trading. Steve's been, he booked some money on Gala last night. He let us know today earlier on that he was in Elon. I think he booked some money on Elon, and I think he's back in Gala now, booking some money on Gala. So just in terms of an update, Steve is kind of looking like a contender for the February 2022 championship. For just for the trophy. I don't know. We may give him something a little bit more or something a little bit different than a trophy, and I need to include a challenge. So Steve, you're in the running. You're definitely saying you want to compete. So I like that. We had the 2022 January champ, and just look at the bottom right, guys. Josh was the just $1 million champ. Angel can make that every couple of days if he wants to. He has had done back to back to back. It's not a problem with him in terms of the trading. Heavy hands, iron hands, I always say for Angel. But in terms of that, let's see, 17% so far on Gala. What's up? I'm going to say hello, Angel. Huh? There we go. There we go. Everything is great with the family and everything else. Thanks for asking. Absolutely. I hope you're doing really, I hope that everyone is doing excellently well. It's 2022. All right. Had to take one quick break. Have to take some sips of water. And we have allergies right here, right now in Texas. I don't know, sure. BTC is on fire, baby. You got that right, huh? No, it's just, there's no slowing down. These are the moments where I hesitate, maybe extremely sorry I said this. And you'd never deviate from the technicals. These are just the feelings that you're really excited when you say, like, we just, not only do we clobber the market, okay, in terms of alpha, achieving these target hits, anyone who played them, guys, you're beating the socks off of anybody else you could go. This is just the funniest thing. People want to go watch a different channel. Well, I want to be entertained. I want to do by someone who didn't hit a target that you had. Come on, guys. You're number one, guys. You're the top. And I'm not saying that for a preservation or he's pushing his channel. No, I'm not. You have to look at the target you have, the 33,734. Okay? Nobody else hit that target. Did you hit the target? If not, what were you doing? Oh, I was over there watching some other channel. Come on, guys. If you're over there watching some other channel, you didn't hit your target. It's right here. It's not like, oh, you got that one. No, we got a lot of them, right? We get a lot of these. We love Bitcoin. We enjoy doing this. So, I say that because we had a little run in this last week from somebody who's checking out the stuff on the clearance rack on the shelf that nobody wants or everybody wants. I don't know, just not good stuff in the back there. Not exciting about that. People want to shop their TA. I cleared that with the Jefe, with Chief, with Angel. He said no shopping TA. Absolutely, I'm going to say that. No shopping TA, huh? Absolutely not. Huh? We have to be the alphas. We have to be number one. We always have to express that. So, Angel, welcome. I'm going to say that. Boom, 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 boom. These are the good days, guys. These are the good days. Steve saying, let's go, Angel. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We got a good group. I like this. It's 2021. It's treating us well. Told you guys it was going to be a good 2022. I'm sorry, 2022. Yeah, I did. I told you guys. I'm like, it's going to be nice, huh? Maybe you just thought I was encouraging you, but hey, it was nice. If you hit our targets, boom. So Sheeb up about 3.8%, FXS 5.27%, XRP 5.79, and AVAX is doing well. Let's check out AVAX. I like AVAX a lot. Look at that pickup that you had. That's a beautiful pickup. Man, that looks familiar, doesn't it, Angel? Absolutely. After looking at DOT, doesn't that look familiar? Just on that support, you want to see what that is. I mean, that's a beautiful move. Let's look at this. We are VIP in the house. Look at that, 62%. What's up? Now that, Angel, we covered that kind of on DOT the other day. Look at that, 62%. That's a beautiful one, huh? That is beautiful. We need nothing from anyone. You got that right. We're VIP. That's the truth. We can, and you have to be able to generate it in house. You got to be able to do that, man. Yeah. We do. We pride ourselves on that. And we require it. We're exclusive. You see the VIP exclusive at the top. It is the truth. It is the truth. I mean, what is it? Uh, I guess the best way to say it, with all due respect, we do not need anybody's TA. No, we don't. We focus on the top shelf. I'm giving it to him. He says, "Give it to him, London." That's the truth because, that was the issue that pops up with some people. They'll come around and be like, "Oh, such and such says," and I'm like, "Dude, go home, go over there, do whatever else you need to do." But that's not what VIP is. VIP, these are heavy-handed traders here. These are sophisticated gentlemen who've decided to be here, trade, and invest. And we follow we follow kind of the martial law in the market. Right? There is no martial law, but it's if there were, it would be instituted with regulation. Martial law. Like they'll do that in the market. Let's look at AVAX real quickly. Look at this. Yeah, that'd be nice, huh? Be a nice breakout. So the 62%, nice move. As we would look at this like martial law, like if everything breaks down, right, in a society or emergency, something like that, well, they're going to institute the rules, right? Well, the rules, everyone has to follow the rules. You can't go out after 6 o'clock. You have to do this and that. Overly stringent, like whatever they are, just codified, bare bones. These are the premises of society as of right now. Boom, militarized martial law is in effect. Bam, that's it. You're not going to argue with martial law, right? So there is not that in the market. That doesn't exist. To the extent that there would be a framework, though, that would be overlaid in the market, yeah, it would be like New York Institute of Finance, New York, New York Stock Exchange around since the 1700s. I mean, come on. That's a big issue with us. We like, they've worked on patterns and published them for a long time in line with, so the same patterns that have been studied by the Federal Reserve. Yeah, we ain't talking about a kid with a Ferrari got lucky, buying. I don't know, his friend. He splurged on I don't know, some coin or something. He got a Ferrari, and wow, let's listen to him. What? No, guys, we want to compute like real dollars, into real returns. That's what we want to do, like real dollars into real returns. So that's the challenge that a lot of you look at and you're capable of doing. So we just appreciate your willingness to continue to do that in the professional manner that you do it. It's just cool, and it's not overly rigid or anything like that, but it is highly professional. So that's a nice target strike. Boom! What a great day to go over this, because that's kind of a big hit if people got involved in this. That's a big hit to the upside. That's scaled back here. What is this in terms of just the targeting? We went through that yesterday in terms of the extensions. We covered that yesterday. Pullback of about 1.69% right now, within $55 of that price target at 44,769 currently. The target was at 45,543. Okay, so just off by about $55. A little bit of, I'd say, a little bit of a demonstration that buyers are or the sellers are, jumping in, that they're trading, right? Normally, if you have a pricing target, sometimes you'll hit that directly, right? And sometimes you'll say, okay, if everyone has a target, then maybe you want to make sure that you can exit your position, right? So you may lower your price just a little bit, right? So we do note the fact that it's about $55 short of our target. It expresses something to me in terms of the market dynamics in play right now. We don't have anything particularly laterally other than this preceding move right here. We can line this up almost perfectly with this specific hit here. That was not intentionally done outside of the framework of measuring the patterns. So yes, you could go with preceding intermittent support that's turned into a resistance. You could do that without a doubt. We drew that line, was it 2-3 weeks ago? We were heavily harping on, let's see, was it that line? Let's see where we're at here just to go over. No, it was actually this one. Do you guys remember before that big pour down? It was hitting me for some reason. Like this specific, if you guys will recall, before this pour down here on Bitcoin, if you'll remember, I'm like, there's just this energy going on right here, descending triangle, and I kept drawing it around, and the framework and here, all these different places, we ultimately decided, like, yeah, just descending triangle through this level here, even going as far as saying, this was what I had come up with was here. Before this pour down here, giving it to VIP. If you guys will recall that, it was an interesting development. When you spend enough time with the price action, when we're up, which we are a lot during these morning times, I get a power nap in. I just do. I get a power nap in, and I'm up ready to tackle Asia. I just am. I just believe that they're up, and there's a reason the market's open 24/7. So yeah, it's important for me to know that we're. Angel talks a lot about stamina. Just in terms of ability to get through the market, etc., and that's no joke. So it's it's something we I don't know, kind of pride ourselves on. Ability to still stay healthy, to hit the iron in the day, right? To still have good relationships, to still have a good life, right? And still tackle. Get up in the morning ready to tackle Asia. Or just we are up all morning tackling Asia, right? That'll go down in our history books, right? The family memoir. Huh? What was Steve doing back in 2020? He was up all morning long. He was tackling Asia. It's like, way to go, Steve. Huh? That's funny, huh? You got it. You got your future scripted out. Like, what was Angel doing? He tackled Asia. Asia. Oh, did he really? Huh? That's good, huh? Steve's up there trying to tackle. Angel tackled him. Yeah, he completely tackled Asia. That's good. He made it a point. He was going to do it in 2022. He did it. That's good. Anything is possible. Just a little bit of humor. So this was the energy I was looking at in terms of this constriction. You guys remember that at VIP, right? I was like, just descending triangle. These things are bearish. I was like, how many lines can I draw? Like, this thing. I got to tell you guys this thing, and then bam. Yeah. The good thing is it came down, and we already had our targets set. Right? We did. We already had our target set, and this one particularly, I drew this like 15 different ways. I'm like, have you guys seen this thing? I was like, some things I'll pull up and, like, buyers can push through. Buyers are there. It's like buyers need to do this and that. I mean, this one was like 15 different ways I drew this thing, and I'm like, guys, it's just those aren't good, right? You got to look at that. Those are not good. Angel is shouting out to Steve. Steve, shout back out to him in the chat if you can. And yeah, Angel shouting out to all the VIPs, guys. I hope you're doing well. If you're watching this tomorrow, which a lot of you do, shout out to the VIP. Hope you guys are doing great and enjoying these profits, right? So just going through a little bit of the the history, recreating what we've put into Bitcoin. It's just been exciting and just nice to see the price action. That's one thing about the market. When you get the price action rolling, people want to be a part of it, right? Absolutely. And now that's nice, Steve. Shouting back out to Angel. What's up, VIP in the house. I said in 2022, VIP's never been stronger. It's just the truth. We have the right group. We have a lot of professionals. And we're never afraid, guys. We're never afraid. I love Angel's been saying, like, no fear in my heart, etc. And we're not afraid of the market. We're also not afraid of being a small niche group with a lot of talent. Would you guys rather have 80 to 100 traders and you have 78 of them that don't really care and they're just throwing money in every different direction? Hey, an Angel powering through. No fear here. No fear here. Let's see what we got going on. No fear here. Very nice to have that come through, Angel. I appreciate that very much. I have to work on. I think I just muted. You know what? I hope the rocket didn't take out the sound yesterday. Angel's in the house saying no fear here. Love it. Love it. No fear. No feet here. What did you write down? No feet here. Well, we're going to tackle Asia. Here we go, Angel. No fear, huh? No fear here. I wish I could adjust that for you. No fear. There we go. No fear. No fear. Okay, I'm going to go look at this this rocket and see what we did with the. Let me look at this. Where is the. Now, this is going to challenge me on this new microcomputer. I've had the other computer in and out of the shop. Let me see if there is a mute button on the computer. There has to be a mute button somewhere on the computer. There we go. Alt, sound. Let's see. What is this? This is a control. This is control. This is control. All right, well, let's see. Let me see if I can get some sort of sound together. Let me see if the, let me go to Royal. I'm going to pull up some music for the guys here so that we can do, hopefully, the rocket launch, etc. And if not, we just got the other computer back. So that should be good. Let's see what we got in terms of, we'll go through the technicals in 2 seconds. I want to make sure that we have the ability to hopefully launch Angel's rocket because I told him we would do that. Let's see if we can get this up and running. Let me see if this is running right now. I hate to say that there's no way that the rocket took out my sound. If it did, I'm going to be unimpressed. Let me see this real quickly. Let me look at this. Properties. Got to go through here. Audio monitoring, monitor and output, device, headphone speakers. Let me go default speakers. What is this? This is audio settings. Man, I don't know if you guys deal with audio settings and stuff like that. I am not a pro. Let me see what we have. Remove. Let me do the properties. I want to get, just let's spend the time. We're looking at Bitcoin up 2.07%, just hammered into our top line target. We're having a good time with the guys right now. Angels just said no fear here. We're talking about what that means in terms of the market. Yes. And in terms of small group as well. Absolutely. That doesn't have much to do with it, but we're not here to show off big numbers. We've been through that. We've been through hundreds of VIPs. Absolutely, huh? We have been, and now we know that we know that the value lies in the those who are committed to the market, like the guys who just they want the charts, they want they want it, right? So you can definitely tell the difference. So let's see here if I can get through the technicals here. Monitor and output, all these different things. Desktop audio. Now it looks like I have a ASIS management. I don't even know what this stuff is. Default. Let me just default this. We should be able to hear the speakers. I want to hear this rocket launch. Let's see if I can get this. Now, I don't know, Angel. It is possible that we literally blew out the speaker system on the. It is possible because last night we put it through the rafters. The rocket launch. Now we have gone nuclear. All right, so I don't know. We may have to call the rocket back into orbit as well, but it is possible that we completely fried the entirety of the sound of this specific sound. I don't think that happened. It's probably just a setting because I was working with the settings yesterday. So I will definitely look at that, but it seems as if maybe Angel Air has taken out the sound on the channel. That's okay. Just for a minute. That's okay. Congratulations, Angel. You have so you know what we've done because yesterday we were cracking that specific like a lightning bolt. That was awesome, huh? We enjoyed that a lot last night. That was cool, huh? Very, very nice. So let me see the sound if I can get into this sound. It's like trying to set up a kid's cell phone, right? It's like no, the kid's gonna know how to set it up. I don't know how to set up a sound. What is this anyway? I don't know what it is. Let's see. Well, I'll have to get this back. I'll get this looked at. We're going to set up the main rig desktop station here tomorrow. I have that back from the shop, so that's nice. We have that coming through. And, just much love to you. Angel, appreciate the super chat. Makes a big difference. And total over like 58,000. I've been telling people, I was like, watch what Angel does here. Just watch. You remember that earlier on. I knew. I was just like, watch what Angel wants to do. I knew you were big time before you open your mouth, brother. I just knew that. Just in terms of your approach to things and where you find value, I kind of felt that out real quickly. Just like realize you're a quality guy, and I appreciate you being around. That's just the truth, sincerity, and from the heart, brother. So as we would look at this, it doesn't go without saying. Huh? Not everyone may pick up on that with different people, but I pick up on it very well with people. Let's see. Frames resetting here. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, Northwest, we invite you to join our VIP. It's kind of an exclusive chat, etc. If you want to join our base camp, we'd love to have you as a base camper. If you'd like to join our channel, we have kind of reserved chat for the VIP and for the base campers. But Northwest, if you'd like to be a member of our VIP channel, we would welcome you to do that. We'd welcome you to do to go ahead and do that, and that'd be great. Everyone would love to have you. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. And as we would look at the framework that we're in, it's easy when something's just going up to kind of keep saying, well, I just don't think the VIP are really going to sell. I have to say some of them might have sold on a limit order right here, okay, because our target just got slammed into. This is really the first time guys, and you have to understand this. This is the first time that we've really hit a target where we had really that much of a snapback to where I said, okay, maybe I would say, yeah, maybe VIP just took. Some VIP just took in the market. Are they redeploying right now? Or are they going to wait for a pattern? I know cheaper Bitcoin is always on the map. Okay, it's always on the table. When you have continual, just nice expressions of price like this, I don't. It's just. I mean, what do you say about that? It's what we're here for. But it just doesn't happen all the time. If it happened all the time, you guys would have too much money, huh? I doubt that. Don't you think? I doubt that. Huh? Hold on. Who's that guy talking now? Can we get London back over here? Huh? Maybe that's the best joke of 2022. How about that? Huh? It could be. Huh? Could be the best joke of 2022. So since that breakout, and this was nice too. I hope anyone who got a position in this level, when I just said, hey, you got to give it to Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is doing well enough that, yeah, you got your alts, you got your other stuff, but there's a little prestige with Bitcoin. There's a little bit of prestige with trading Bitcoin. A little bit of prestige with hitting the targets on something like the 33,734. You have to understand. Now, there's some prestige with profits. Prestige and profits kind of go hand in hand, don't they? So to the extent that we enjoy the prestige of Bitcoin, we're going to talk about it a little bit because it's getting back up into, some zones. And if we could get back up into this 49, 50,000, it starts becoming respectable. People start wanting to, well, maybe I should go ahead and purchase some of that, once it gets back higher. So appreciate the fact that you have picked it up at lower levels. Right, and there's a lot of things in the market to beat. If you can beat the market in Bitcoin, and you can, I'm just going to say you can. If you hit the target, you can. Okay? If you hit the lower target, you can. It just requires you guys to double down and cover your exposure. You can do it, right? It's not a question of if you can make money. It's usually a question of, how much money can you make? And that's what gets people, it's like, well, I want to multiply by 50. We have to multiply this by 50 by Friday. Oh, man. It's funny. One of the top guys that I've been around recently, wealth management advisor, et cetera, big time. He always says, he's like, well, we don't have to do this by Thursday. Whatever it is, even on returns or anything else, it doesn't have to be done by Thursday. Just the longer term kind of silver fox approach to understanding, yeah, it's going to take a while, particularly as you look at your trade. You're going to need to remain in your trade for a while, right? So that's, that's one of the components of your trade is the duration of your trade. I just brought up that red triangle because we hadn't covered up that red. We haven't covered that red triangle in a while. So I wanted to, that triangulation, I wanted to just cover that. It fits within the framework of what I wanted to discuss a little bit. And I'd get some input from you guys as to whether or not you really want to discuss it much, because when we and it's easier to see this this specific framework here. Let me take the red off. Let me clean this chart up quite a bit. Let's take the red off. Let's take this up. Do you want bleach or do you want Clorox? But you bet there's prestige with BTC. You got it, huh? You got it. It's the name brand, baby. It is the one. It is. Yeah. When anybody talks and they want to know what you trade, what did you trade this year? Really? What trades did you book this year? Oh, okay. What are you and your group trading? All the time. Huh? You're in crypto. Ethereum. People will go to Ethereum. Huh? So they've heard enough. They're like, so Ethereum. Huh? Are you into Ethereum? Have you heard of Ethereum? I'm like, yes, sir. I've heard of Ethereum. Okay. Well, good. That's a big one. They'll tell me. I'm like, really? It's a big one, huh? Oh, good, man. That's good. It's just funny. Some big cats. They're like, you're trading Ethereum, huh? I'm like, yes, we're trading Ethereum. Anything with a cost to it that fluctuates. We'll get involved in it, maybe. And but we have fun. But it's just interesting when you talk about the prestige of Bitcoin. And it's just it's a pleasure to have you, Angel, because Angel's been around since $7.79. If anybody knows that, he knows that. You imagine you've watched it develop from this nascent, this small. What was it? It was nothing. It was just. Is it something? Everyone was asking Bitcoin in the beginning. Is it something? It really was nothing. You're putting your money into a computer. Okay, I can put my money into a computer. That's something, and then you can send it to someone else. Huh. And everyone, are you sure that's going to work? Are you really sure that's going to happen? I don't want to put too much of my money in a computer. It's like it is a foreign idea. But from there, the levels of sophistication as it's grown, as it's received the adoption, as it's like imagine, Angel, I imagine with you that like Tesla come on board, huh? Yeah, Tesla following Angel, right? Yeah, there we go, following Angel. That's nice. Yeah, you look at I mean, just you've got an entire like framework around the world politically. World leaders, El Salvador. Hey, El Salvador, huh? Is you know, literally, following Angel, huh? He's probably having fun now, but it's true, huh? He's following Angel. Um, and I say that because, like, what is SpaceX? There we go, SpaceX. I'm going to write that down. Is what? Is following Angel, huh? It's the truth. You got to look at this, huh? Who else we have? We have MicroStrategy. There we go. Is what? Is following Angel. I'm just putting this in the chats for Angel. It's just the truth. Because you don't, give somebody credit like that. Yeah, and there it was. For years, nobody even knew what Bitcoin was. The truth. I know. It's just the truth. So Angel invested in it when no one else knew. Now, this is the difference with Angel that nobody appreciates. Angel knew what it was. I guarantee you, he does the due diligence and he finds out what it is. Okay, so that's the difference. Because, no one knew what it was. Angel figured out what it was. He dug into it, and he wasn't just presented with. Everybody was presented with. I hear a lot of people, not everybody. A lot of people. I could have gotten in at $25,000 at 75 cents. Well, okay. Did you? No. For whatever reason, Angel knew what it was. He did the legwork on it to figure out what it was. That's pretty cool. You have to say that's pretty cool, huh? Figuring out what it was well ahead of time of the value in it well ahead of time of the other major players. So the line of resistance has been conquered. Ba-boom. Nice. We have hit our target. Ba-bam. I am certain that if the VIP sold, they are looking for value or have already recaptured and re-entered the market. This is just not a it's just when Bitcoin gets going like this, it's taught some heavy lessons to people who've wanted to just say no to Bitcoin, right? No, you don't. That's not a phrase we respect around here. Just say no to Bitcoin. No, that doesn't work out too well over time. I want to remind you guys of quite a bit of volatility here in this area from the 29,750 ba-boom ascending triangle that we found in the back, ba-boom, right? Let's look at this candle, this daily candle. We maxed out on this daily candle up 15%. One of the strongest days. Boom. Was beautiful, right? 15% down, right? Let's see. Of that, we had a level of volatility, 8% back down, right? Big volatility. Still pushing, still pushing, still pushing, still pushing, still pushing. So I'm going to bring up that comparative now because it just it's merited at this point. With the understanding, and I wish I almost had two. This is funny. I wish I had two screens in your home. Now you know that we're the right TA channel. Can we figure out a way that I can have two screens in your home? Right? That'd be great, huh? But it's interesting, huh? They don't have that option with YouTube. Maybe they should. That'd be nice, huh? That would be nice. If hold on one second. If you, I'm reading through some of the chats right now as I'm kind of looking at this as well. I get a little distracted sometimes when I read the chats, and you guys notice that I get a little distracted. But what did you say here? Just FYI, one. One. Now you mean 1, 1. Let's see. 1. I want to know what that means in the chat. Let me know what that means. I don't think it means Harmony 1. Although it's going to do well. Harmony 1 looks like what? Harmony 1 looks like rose. Boom. You see that? Both of them are destined to do well if we can keep this run going, right? We need to explore whether or not on your alts you're going to see any of this. And I know people want to hold through this. It's just not because you have good entries already. It's just this is the crux of it. Look at one. We're going to do anything like this? Anything? If you have a good enough entry, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to risk your capital getting out and get back in. Well, one of your best trades was buying at 779 and sold at 899. Remember to trade. Absolutely, absolutely. So that is one of the best things that we can honestly say is that we trade, right? Beautiful. One of the best trades Angels made is from $7.79 to $899. Great story. That's VIP. That is seriously, that is what we're all about. And I like it because you can measure back. You can understand what a great trade that was. As we look at one here versus Rose, you know, work its way up is the point here. Work your way up on these smaller alts. But, yeah, we can talk about the alts all day long. It's nice to watch them come into the market. It is interesting, however, to watch Bitcoin maintain its strength and prominence in terms of having – it maintains its reputation because it moves continually. It will surprise people who are involved in alts, and they'll look at it and be like, wow, that's impressive. Not to the full flavor and measure of some of the alts that want to roll up 150 or 250% in 3, 4, 5, let's say 2 weeks. Fair enough. On a bull run, etc., original cyclical pricing event. But Bitcoin will handle more cash an entry. You could not exit and enter. You could not exit and enter here on a smaller alt. So the more that you appreciate trading, bam, you hit our target. Boom. Re-entry. Bam. You couldn't really do that on an alt. Bitcoin will accommodate that. So it's kind of the big boy level of trading. Great trade, huh? Great trade, Angel. Absolutely great trade. Ba-boom. I mean, and you start to think about, well, where did it go after the 899? You know, how far did it roll up? I mean, it did, but that's almost 1,000. So it's almost a 50x since then. We can go back and look at the details, the parameters of it, but you get the notion. It's like, well, from $7, that's okay. So that's a 100x. Well, that's pretty good. And then since then, if it's about $1,000, about a 50x. Okay, so we got the 100 early before it was really up into the zone of, you know, you start to do the calculatives and look at the chart, and it's like, that was a great trade, you know. And sure, I mean, you deploy that cash back into it and start to hammer through. And maybe you started. I never asked. Was that the beginning of a solid kind of trading? You know, I don't want to say career, but did things change there? Yeah, liquidity is beautiful on BTC, on the 5L included. Hello. If you look at the 5L, like DOT approaches it well, quite well. In terms of that 5L position. And as you look at Bitcoin, the notion that you can just flash trade it like that, it lets you trade. A lot of the other alts, they literally pin you in. You can't trade it. You're stuck in a position. You're going to lose money if you get out or in. And it's just an uncomfortable, it's kind of like a limited market. It is a startup, so it's lucky that you can trade some of these startups. It's a pleasure to be able to trade them. You just have to do it with the understanding that those specific moves are limited to a degree. So back up 2.3%, Bitcoin at 44,846 from our target of 33,734. That's huge. And let's see what we have in here. Angel was the 889. It was 899, right? $899 trade, the start of your trading career. I want to know that. I just wrote that into the chat because I want to know, did that start the ball rolling, right? Let's see. Oh, wow. Rebought at 187. See? Yes, 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 yes. Sold at $8.99. Rebought at $187. That is beautiful. Trading. That is awesome. What a great story you have, brother. What a great story. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is just fantastic. That is beautiful. A lot of price action. You've seen a lot of charts. One or two along the way. So we beat this ascending, we beat this rising wedge on Bitcoin. I'm so glad we hit our target. Bam. I just like that. If you guys hit it and you schedule back in, you got a discount at 2%, I'm happy, guys. Those 2%, they add up. And it's just nice to know that we're able to facilitate nice entries, nice exits, etc. I mean, I get excited by that stuff. That's trading. That's big time. That's nice. Even when we can call those level of resistance, completion moves. So there's a 187 after the 899. Copy that. That's just fire. That is awesome. We have fun chatting. We have fun on this channel. Let's see what we have. Boom, 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 boom. So this rising wedge. Look at this. Look at Bitcoin just lay waste to it. Now, people are now discussing and watching. Traders are trading. I always say that. Traders are trading. And I say that on a move or a pattern that I develop or come up with, and I'm like, you guys want to know what they're watching? The chat is for our VIP members, just so you know. It is for our VIP members. If you'd like to join, you're welcome to join. It's an easy membership of a few dollars a month to chat with us and be a part of our group. Real easy. YouTube, what is it? YouTube allows it, and we insist upon it. We just do. That's our approach. YouTube allows it. We insist upon it. If they think it's a good idea, we think it's a great idea. We're going to go with their good idea. So we have this specific deep curvature formation, which is nice. They're not always as reliable as you would want them to be. When they get going, you can turn your back for 2 minutes on the market. Angel knows. You can turn your back for 2 minutes on the market, and you better have had your sell order in. Hello. You've seen this before. You've turned your back on the market, and you had price go, and literally something just wild. You're like, excuse me, it's like that was my trade. That was right up there, and then it may pout around for, it could pout around for 3, 4, 5 weeks trying to get back up to the level. You're like, I could have had my sell order. So that would be a different level kind of trajectory target. Now, Bitcoin doesn't like to really express itself much over 10% a day. 12% is pushing it. 15% is hammer time. Okay, so we had the 15% in mid-2021 that we just brought up and measured. But the 10%, because you would look at this move. Well, that would be a huge move as we would look at this huge amplitude move with the curvature formation here. And we almost have to explain or come up with a good rationale. Okay, why did we beat this rising wedge? Part of an overall, it's like a reverse cup and handle. Interesting to the extent that it's a reverse cup and handle. If there is anyone that questioned this man's, oh, we got, he's saying in London. If there's anyone that questions, Angel's writing something. Let me read that in a second. Let's look at the framework here. Having the rising wedge play out. If there's anyone that questioned this man's TA, need to go to bed. They need to go to bed. Yeah, indeed, my man. Indeed. That is the truth. Amen. That is awesome. Yeah, we just spend the time. You've been around long enough. You know that dedication, the hard work wins. It just does, along with a lot of critical analytics and being able to research and back things up. Just years of loving the market, and you are right there, Angel. A lot of people in the VIP want to get there. It's just not overnight. It's not an easy process. You're always learning something. Is it? Well, I learned a couple months ago or a week and a half ago, whatever it was, that the Federal Reserve. Who was it that studied on the Federal Reserve? You know, the test for the head and shoulders pattern. No one needs to know that. But getting into reading what he wrote about, the approach that he had on the head and shoulders, the Federal Reserve, they studied the head and shoulders pattern to confirm it. So, in terms of the price action. So, those are the things that I'm kind of honing and fine-tuning now. Getting more into the institutional framework of what makes all of this acceptable and reasonable for us to rely on. Because it's big money. One thing to say, buy low, sell high, buy the dip, everything else. But when it's big money involved, you know, the better when you talk about sophistication, Angel, when you talk about it for Bitcoin, the more sophisticated that we are in the space as well. To an extent, we have a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun, on purpose. On purpose, we do. To the extent that we can differentiate ourselves a bit or align ourselves a bit better with the kind of the market authorities, and I mean in terms of TA, et cetera, and those principled groups that have existed that create and fashion the market, and we're proponents of that in a decent, kind of level-headed, kind of, dignified approach, with a dignified approach, then, yeah, that's something that we want to be known for. That's something that we don't mind shaking the dust off or kicking the dust off our feet from the other, whatever else is out there. Yeah, just, get that away from us. That's not what we want. We're not going to be, we don't need to be kindfully, blissfully, we don't need to be too nice at all. Within the framework that that upper echelon is where we fit, and that is what we deliver, and that's who we are, is that top shelf TA. It just is the truth, and it has been. So we work very hard to achieve that. I do read the reports from the Federal Reserve, from their economists who studied the head and shoulders pattern. I commit my time to this process and you all, and to the group like the Federal Reserve. They did the work. Can you believe that when I say that it sounds so boring? Let's see. Anyone can learn and trade. The only question is 100%. 99% does not qualify. Let's go VIP. Anyone can learn to trade. That is right. Anyone can. Isn't that awesome? Let's go VIP. That is awesome. Anyone can learn to trade. That is just amazing. That's a great encouragement. And no fear here. What does he say? Yeah, in my heart. I really like that. And the issue is, let's just frame this real quickly, because this is important. The issue is this. It is, and there's some different analogies that could be made, but as soon as it would get boring for us to talk about the Federal Reserve studies on the head and shoulders pattern. As soon as that would get boring, imagine this, that we have this lazy genetic code that wants us to flip on the TV switch with YouTube of some guy that doesn't make sense for some TA that might make sense. Whoa. Millions of dollars in the market, the VIP, millions upon millions of dollars in the market, and we get bored? No, we don't get bored by an official study by the Federal Reserve or one of their economists on the head and shoulders pattern. Yeah, we're going to dig into it like a pro. I started in the meats and produce business. That's 100% true. And I'm going to put this. You started as a winner. That's what you started as. Angel started as a winner. It took the rest of the world a little bit of time to catch up with him. They referred to that as his aging process, but I really believe the rest of the world was just catching up to him having started off as a winner. I haven't really heard anything that he's said thus far that it's not all life's not all roses, but you're ahead of the curve, way ahead of the curve. VIP in the house. So, and we're doing really well here. We have to say we're winning. We're doing the right TA. So if the Federal Reserve or anybody, look at that whole sweep just curve around. You see that nice green? Nice. We'd like to see that green, the red to green transition right there. We'd like to see that. That's a moving average combinator, etc. That's nice. That is very, very, very nice. I am digging it. Okay? So to the extent that the top TA is, what will we say, really demonstrable here. It just is. Sub 50. Man, I know people threw out the water, the whole thing, maybe with whatever you say, the kitchen sink, whatever. They threw the ranch out on this one. The up and then the pour down and through on the 50% is like, oh no, here it goes. Down to our target. Ba-boom. Beautiful move. Original target, double down, and then flat out just telling people just to get a position. Had to. I don't know. You have to do some things sometimes. I had to do that. And just get a position. 36,907. That was before one of the biggest. That was before the biggest day thus far in 2022. May be beaten. With pride, I was making $2.85, says Angel, an hour when the minimum wage was $3.50. The only question you have to ask yourself is, how bad do you want it? Yes. $2.85 an hour when the minimum wage was $3.50. VIP. Winners. Absolutely crucial. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful TA. Beautiful stories in terms of the people here. Angel. Champion. Absolute champion. I would love to put this group up against anybody else. We do every night, don't we? In terms of the... You guys can answer that question, I guess. But as we would... Cryptocurrency is everyone's chance of a lifetime. Hey, I like that. A little bit of A little bit of truth rocking and rolling in the chat right now. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Sip of water time. Now, it really is everybody's chance of a lifetime to learn to trade. Jersey, 1985. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You say it, I know it. It's just in terms of that. Let's see here with the just TA rolling through the roof here. Now, we hit a target, sell orders that executed, still have an opportunity to get back in after the execution. Just beautifully well done. You'll see that whole sweet average. Let's go ahead and look at that a little bit more. You see that whole sweet, that red and green? It's a nice HULL sweet, SUITE. I like it on the daily. We are so mean and in the green on the chop. We're loving it. Beautiful. Oh, if we can ride this chop up, we're going to be excited. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, the minimum wage was $5 in Texas, as I recall. $5.15. And my first job, was what? I've never told Angel that. My first job was in a grocery. He owns meats and produce. Interesting. I never told you that, Angel. I couldn't stand the line. If I had to run the checker deal or something, the cash register, man, no matter how quickly I computed the figures and all this different stuff, because I'm really quick. And normally I'm quick enough to process anything and beat the equation. But the grocery store was one place I couldn't outcompute, like, 200 people standing in line. Like, this is not a good solution for me. I need, I need to redo the store. This was the problem with me, is like, these people should not be waiting in line. That inefficiency of people waiting or being a part of a process where people having to wait, I just couldn't stand it. I was like, no, this is not a good setup, right? So I'm very solution oriented, but things like that really bother me. I'm not the kind of guy just to relax with a line of people there. No, well, we'll get. It's like these people should not be waiting. So I had a problem with my just as a kid. That's the thing that that bothered. For all VIPs, we're always buying and always selling. And for your information, Angel's saying he had to learn how to walk it down. Walking it down means what? Walking it down means down the Fibonacci's with the understanding, the cover of the upside. We covered this, we went over this, Angel, in the very beginning of the stream, if you were here or not, with those Fibonacci's. With that classic 86 on the macro for sure. And we talked about a little bit of levels of exposure. I talked about if someone has 100,000 at the 23.6, maybe 400,000 at the 38.2. Maybe they throw in 1.2 mil at the 50. Maybe it's $100. Maybe it's $400 here. Maybe it's 1,200 at the 50. Something like that. But when I say do your own calculatives along the way, and I know you've done them, you understand the calculations are really talking about not what I need to put in here, but how much has been drawn down through the process of the higher positions. And it just puts you in a really great framework. Now, I say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns. Bitcoin is one that likes to really make this equation work really well in terms of lower side acquisitions and nice exits. Angel, I remember this specific exit in 2021. That was a nice exit. Boom, boom. From an acquisition here to an that's pretty top shelf. That was nice. From here to here. Boom. And I say the more that I find the more that one focuses on Bitcoin, it's just it's that reliable old dog that you know. It seems like maybe it'll. I don't know the best analogy, but something like I don't know. I don't know. It kind of like sometimes you get lost going to trade other things, then you wind up going back to it. Maybe that's the better analogy. So the curvature formation here just turning into a monster of a move. The daily is so nice. It's just vertical, purely beautiful. Up 2.11%. XRP up again, rolling. XRP looking nice. XRP needed that. Look at that chart now with XRP. We're going to extend this line out for our XRP chart. And we're going to pull over this here for a descending triangle, which can be beat. Can be beaten, I guess I should say. Hey, Jeffrey Porter in the house. What's up? Base camp in the house. Nice to see you, Jeffrey. Good morning in London. Sir Matos and all VIP. Jeffrey, great to see you. Thank you for the salutations. Very nice to have you here. We are going over XRP just for a second, just to talk about the great price action it's had since it's hit at the Fibonacci. Let's just look up to a 50% hit. XRP holders need to recoup some price action. Circa $3 would be nice. Around $3 would be nice. We covered AVAX. What has now presented itself as a cross-trend line. Beautiful support, prior resistance to support. Boom. Beautiful move on AVAX. Both doing well, moving in the hunt. 60%. Mighty Sheeb. Ba-boom. I gotta just shout out to Angel, like, hello, baby, what's up, what's up. That is so nice. Now it's nice in the curvature formation too, because you see the curvature that this curvature, kind of the well. Yeah. If you look at the Bitcoin chart, it's got the same notion ongoing. Angel, have you looked at this channel formation here with the support and the resistance? The support. Check that out. Prior resistance, support, resistance, support. All the support lines, all the resistance lines. Because I think it's going to beat that. If it can crush this pricing target, wow. Let's see what we got. Do you see how I'm getting this, Angel? In terms of this upside pricing target? This channel formation, the Fibonacci channel. Go to the candle. You'll see more or less a conformance within this. A little bit of variation on the top side here. And I pay attention to these types of measured moves in the market. I just do. Up to the quad OT 3813. Not a gotta run for the hills, it's over. Not that kind of move, but I'd like to see that play out, is what I'd personally like to see. And we'd all like some additional patterning that looks like this to get into. We get into patterning that looks like that, it's off to the races, boys. Copy that. That's beautiful. Brought that up last year to VIP. That was a move. Made a lot of money for a lot of guys. That was one of the most aggressive moves up that the market had had in a while. The original bull pennant on Sheeb before that was really phenomenal as well. Okay, good. Good, Angel. Just watch that play a little bit if you want to. But yeah, that move here was 218% to the upside. Boom. That's bull. Look at that. That was a beautiful move in 2021. So, yeah, 218%. Nice move. But you have to identify the pattern. So we'd like to see a pattern like that. If we can get another bull pennant like that, we are gonna be in dreamland. It's gonna be nice. Sheeb up 3%. Angel talking 500 billion sheep in this central area. Gotta go trillion. Double down, have to. Tonto say horse need. Great warrior have you. You are right. 14 million. Good job. Have Angel 14 million. Need Angel 28 million. Boom. Tonto say yes is goodness. If double down occur. Tonto say good horse have now. Good horse have now 76% on 28 million. Tonto and Chief happy. Whole tribe turn into happy tribe. 74% on 28 million dollars. Not sheep. $28 million. Tonto say this area in central area. Ooh, 14 million have 500 billion sheep. Little Navajo trader here decide maybe good idea. Tell Chief. Chief, possible put in 28 million down lower level. So that higher 74%. I'm having a joke here with Angel because he gets it because 74% on 28 million. Chief happy. Chief have good year. Chief is out of the ballpark, huh? We've been joking about this a long time, but 74% on 28 million. 15 days in 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? That's nice, boys. That is nice. Yes, I am that Navajo trader. Okay, I'm the guy who's saying that back here. Just to explain this, is Angel and I have a little bit of an inside joke because he's here talking about 500 billion. I'm like trillion, like I'm the Navajo trader, whatever it is. We love sheep. We love it. I've been all over sheep the whole since it hit mainstream. I'll just say that since crypto.com listing. They listed it, and they listed it with a great pattern, incoming pattern. And it completed that on crypto.com. VIP completed it. We bought it. We liked it. We loved it. It's a great it's a great coin. Great to watch it develop too. So back to BTC, cooling off a bit. Not much. Cooling off just a bit. I mean, you got to go through the Tonto story with somebody to explain them because they're not going to believe anything otherwise. He says, London, stop the music with the fire. What do we got? What do we got, Angel? And yeah, there's plenty on CoinMarketCap, etc. Jeffrey, that are up, that are rolling like that. The trick is to get some heavy liquidity in them. You can look through CoinMarketCap and find the ones that are rolling and going and everything else. But that's good if you found one called Banker's Dream. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of them. The question is, can they handle liquidity? Like we're not getting like when we talk about a trillion sheep, like 500 billion sheep would have been like $14 million, Jeffrey. So finding one that can really handle liquidity, etc., like $20 million is kind of, a good challenge in terms of if you really want to play the market or the entirety or be the market on an investment, either as an individual or maybe in a group context if a lot of people are covering it. We normally only cover coins or investments that are really broadly covered. We just do. So next thought, I'd say, Jeffrey, on that. We want something that's well traded, but good thinking, and we'll look it up. Trillion Sheeb in the house. That is Trillion Sheeb with a T, not a B. Yes, you guys want to go through it. Sheeb calculator. Let's do Sheeb to USD. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Sheeb calculator. Let's go 1, 2, 1,000, million, billion, trillion. Trillion Sheeb is 33.69. I think this is off. Let's see what this is. Sheeb converter. Amount of Sheeb is 1,000, million, billion, trillion. 33.290. 33 million. Indeed. At the current price of, what is this? The current price of 33.29. Let's measure at the price, make sure it's accurate. On Sheeb. Where's Sheeb? 30. 33. Yeah, that is accurate. That's on. 33.29, 33.9. Yeah, we did the math, everything else. So trillion Sheeb. Trillion Sheeb. We're going to do trillion with a T. Absolutely here. Because that's just a huge move, Angel. That's phenomenal. That's outrageously successful, fantastic, beautiful. That's everything wrapped up in one. And we will get into, let's see some different charts here in a minute. Let's look through some different charts. Looks like Sheeb is backing off a bit. What does she back off of? Not much, just patterning, etc. It hit this cross line of resistance here. So that's the next threshold. Yeah, in terms of the dollar figures. Ba-boom. That's what it is. That's trading, huh? That's letting crypto work for you. Crypto is big time working for you at that level of volatility. Putting the market to work. Putting it to work. Getting Binance and CZ and everybody high fives and saying, thank you. Appreciate the ability to trade. Yeah, those are the real numbers. Hey, Fred, what's going on? Fred Sadal, how are you, brother? We have a VIP group, trading group. We'd love to have you. You join our group. We have Angel is here. He's top trader, kind of king of the channel. He's been around Bitcoin since $7.79. We have a professional kind of approach to the market, and we focus on like New York Institute of Finance. just TA, top line TA. It is not a normal kind of channel that we just kind of hang out and everyone wants to throw money in the latest shield. We like to trade, and we got some heavy hitters around here. So for people who want to learn or anything else like that, also it's for them. And you are welcome to consider joining our at least our base camp. Jeffrey's part of base camp for guys that want to move up into maybe a higher realm of operation in the market. I'm a former financial professional, Harvard Business School, Duke University, certified in markets, and we called the top of Bitcoin 2021 with alpha traders. Big, long story, a lot of success. We'd love you to be a part of that. And we target heavily. We enjoy targeting, price targeting. Just to recap who we are for everybody. Just on the record, it's what we do. We don't apologize at all about that. And so Sheep taking a little bit of a drop. But after that, killer move from 786. You never have to tell, hey, this is the funny thing between Angel and myself, just so that you all know. You never have to tell Angel to buy more at a lower level. You never have to do that, ever. But I do. I do, and I did, and I just was saying, I want to see you buy more at lower levels because we have to reinforce those things between each other, between the family and the kids and the shop and the whatever else it is and wherever else and the Christmas or the whatever's going on. The reinforcement, the engagement while you're at your desk and at your computer and having that threshold, just encouragement. I want to see you, boom. I want to see you hammer into this. I want to see the double down. I want to boom. Boom. Get in the boxing ring, right? You got the guy, you got the guy that's fighting. You got the prize fighter, right? Sitting there with the right, the left, the right. You got the trainer, right? The spar trainer. Or maybe the guy's boxing with him, right? I like the spar trainer. Right? Because the spar trainer knows when to throw the pads up over the top of the boxer, right? He'll take a hit. He'll take a right, take a left. He'll throw the pad up over the guy. The boxer knows when to go down, right? The boxer knows when to duck the head, go down. Then boom, over with the left. Right hook, boom, right? So when you see that, like I like the framework of that visually as you look into that. Yeah, the spar, boom, take a few hits, boom, over the top, and boom, when to go down, boom, shoot, just so engaging in that focus type of kind of training. I liken it to like a prize fighter to a fight to this and that in terms of readiness. Ability to attack the market, that sparring partner, that this and that, something that, over the top, boom, when to go down, shoot, and back up, boom, just always, and the pads always, boom. Just that's what we look at a lot. You're welcome, Fred. I'm happy to be here, and I like to hear that you doubled down. That's great. Isn't that great? Huh? We got someone who just doubled down. Hey, that's a good thing. Heavy reserve capital. You always need to maintain heavy reserve capital. And that's important. And always remember, crypto is not a security. So let's look. BTC, loop down, a lot of loop down, a little bit of red flowing in the market. Yeah, because old Sheeb, mighty Sheeb, doing pretty well. It is Tuesday morning at 2:22 CST, Central Standard Time. Now, what did we hit? Well, we hit our target. Within $55 of our target. Well, what do you guys think Bitcoin wants to do? We're at this rising wedge. Everyone's like, no. Well, If you appreciate a rising wedge, there are some ways to get around it. Pushing laterally is one way to get around a rising wedge. You all know that. This lateral push here, whenever you see a lateral push right here, I had fun with a VIP. I just did. Because this thing was pushing sideways, and no one knew exactly what it was going to do. Angel saying, reminder, when entering any trade, it's imperative that you have reserve capital at lower levels if need be 100%. Boom. Huge. Hugely important. That is the market. That is the ability to operate in the market, is heavy reserve capital. If you don't have it, you're going to get cooked. You're going to get cooked. The exchange is going to take your cashola. You can be the greatest trader in the world. If you don't have backup capital, or if you don't have enough capital to make that capital work, you're going to get cooked. They'll give you a few trades. They're going to cook you. So hopefully, Fred, maybe you've been watching for a while. Tell us where you're from, Fred. What's going on? Where you from? What's your where you're from? And yeah, let Angel and I know where you're from. And what's your trade? We got a great group in the back. I'll show you a little bit of it. We'll go through this and see what they're. Things may have quieted down a bit. Let me go to Twitter. You follow us on the Kingdom. That's on top left. It may not be easy to find back there. We're kind of hidden back in nooks and crannies. There's Steve O. What's up, Steve? Vlad, Sheena, Jason's lit. What's up, Jason? J-Dog in the house. Jason's lit. We got, what else we got? We got Luke. Great charts. What's up, Luke? Family man with a plan. Look at the little one. You guys see the little one? Look. Look how cute. Yeah. That is so nice. That's the coolest thing in the world. That is awesome. Josh, we got our champ. What's up, Josh? $1 Million champ 2021 in earnings. South Dakota and Texas. What's up? Like bullshit. It will cook you. That's funny. It's true. South Dakota. Hey, I've had family from South Dakota in the oil and gas business, and in Texas. Yeah, I'm in Texas. So if you just found us now, that's excellent. Yeah, we got a good. We have a great group. Kuda from Germany. What's up, Kuda? Shout out, U.S. Air Force in the house. What's up, Kuda? How you doing, brother? Them Harleys. What's up? Cool Modi. What's up? What's up? Ryan from Wyoming. Ryan, I hope you're doing well, brother. With the pup. Let's just feature some cool guys. Carlos Caribe. He likes his options. He wants to throw in on options. He likes those leverage trades. Daniel, Iraqi, big time, world traveling, awesome security dude. Love him. What's up, Daniel? Steve-O, the man with the plan on trading. Impressive. I'd like to see that trading setup. Kent Gifford Alpha in the house. What's up, Santa Barbara, California dreaming. What's up? VIP. I do what I love. I love what I do. I love that. And Richard Rios from Korea, U.S. Army. Shout out. What's up, Richard? How we doing, Richard? AJ Crypto, ba-boom. Family man. What's up, AJ? You've been around crypto for a while. Hope it's going well. Glad you're with VIP. Without a doubt. Ambrosio, MI6, Mission Impossible. Literally the man. Coolest dude we have in VIP. Period. That's it. We have Ryan. We have Mark. Let's see. Mark. Classy dude. Without a doubt. Period. King Jose. What's up, Jose? Georgia putting together a application right now. Sheena, I keep looking for you. Where did you go, Sheena? What is up, Sheena? I don't know what happened to you. You got busy in 2022. She's at a party. Look at that. She's partying. Hey, be careful. And we got, I need to find, Ryan, you need to write me a DM because I don't have you front and center. Write me a DM. Emily, what is up, girl? Where you at? Hope all is well, Emily. So just some shout outs to different friends, folks from VIP, Family Dynamic, Good Group, this and that. Just those are our people, Fred. And we focus on New York Institute of Finance. That's NYIF, New York Institute of Finance. The book is John J. Murphy. The one thing you get from this right now is John J. Murphy, Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets. Get it, read it, and all of it. Get it, read it, all of it. You do that in 2022, Fred, you're going to have a good year. And if you don't, you're not going to have as good of a year. I can almost promise you that. I can almost promise you that. You may get lucky, and that may not apply. I think that equation or that my statement would require some extreme luck to not have that work out. In terms of when you're going to buy, when you're going to sell, what patterns you're trading, are you on retracements, extensions, without getting overly complicated, kind of where is your trade game at. Some basic strategy, just a group to remind you of things. It's just important. So, good. That book is on the top. It's on the desk of, it's in the office of the top traders on Wall Street. Period. I know because I have hired. I've had. Let me just say this in terms of my previous hedge fund, non-SEC, non-formalized, etc., just private, personal little hedge fund in California. My main guy running my fund was probably the top trader on Wall Street, period. And we have the same bookshelf, literally, in terms of the books on his shelf. I know all these books. I was like, oh, you have this specific one. Like this is a big one. He's like, yeah, that's the book on Wall Street. I'm like, good. We both gone to Duke. He went to Duke Business School. I went to Duke undergrad. I did some work up at Harvard Business School. So this and that and everything else. Our top shelf, our top guy at the channel is Angel. Yeah, Angel got into crypto at $7.79 with Bitcoin. An entry into Bitcoin at $7.79. So you are welcome to join us. What I would recommend, Fred, the best thing, maybe go back and review a few streams or something like that. We've had some audio issues recently, so it may not be the most fair thing in the world. But maybe review yesterday's stream, see what you think about it. There you go. Angel saying, get that book, sir. He knows. You have to. There are people who have the information and people that don't have the information. And the people who have the information, you have a chance of, either knowing it already or being able to find the answer. And people always think, part of the answer is the random walk. Is this a random walk? No. And good night to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, we appreciate you being here, brother. Thanks for being in the house. So we are at the top here. Now it looks like we're going to go through some patterning, maybe something with some patterning. See if there's anything else we're missing. Not this line, not this line. And throw a little of a pitchfork up and see if there's anything else we're missing. I don't believe there is. Let's see. Pitchfork here. Boom, boom. Let's just draw this out. I want just a channel line view of the price action. We have the Fibonacci's here. I'm going to lighten these up a little bit. But that channel's crucial. You guys see that channel, huh? As we would digest the price action, that's a crucial channel. Resistance, support, top line measurement. If the market can respect that move, it's going to be beautiful getting there. We're already well on our way. Go to the candle wicks to really see that. And yeah, maybe a little shy. I may redo that target a little bit later. I'll really spend some critical time on that specific target. I spent a little bit of time beforehand. I didn't want to overdo it or underdo it. Time frame literally may be. It's just odd we're having some time frame differentials. No, that's on. That is on. I must have lengthened that trend line. Now we're at our target of $45,543. We hit that within $55. So nice take. Nice take. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, we nailed that, huh? Nice target within $55. Way to go. We spend a lot of time on technicals because it pays off like that. I mean, this low target here, the 33,734. I just need to memorize that forever. Like the 29,750, boom. Like the 64,863.10, $64,863.10. Yeah. 29,750, boom. 33,734. That's a nice hit on the 4-hourly. Our target, boom. If you just got here, anybody, you don't know that we hit this, bam. I don't know why I wrote Jeffrey. I wrote down Geoff. Jeffrey. Auto-corrected. Your name. That's no good. No fair. All right. So, yes, this lower target, we just slam dunked the market. Beautiful hit at the low side. Beyond that 50%. I keep pushing that at you guys. Beyond the standard Fibonacci. As was the 29,750. And that one, we didn't have it scoped out as a target. This one got up and away, and we crashed into this sucker. We liked that. That was nice. That was a really beautiful, clean, clear pattern to trade. It was just nice. You see that? That's beautiful, guys. That's a gift. Probably don't look at the market that way too much, too frequently. That's a gift. Sometimes the market will give us things, and sometimes it won't. During the retracement, it has not that much. Yeah? If you're, keen on shorts, etc., you had some fun. No problem with that. There's a lot to manage to short and accumulate, or get your target positions on the low side with long, even spot positions or 5L. It is a lot to do to manage that and the other. I mean, you got a lot of processing and calculations to do. You got to stay on top of your game. You got to be I mean, if you're full time, literally, you got the servant maid quarters and the help and everything else, and the sandwich coming to you at intervals at every 4.5 hours, and dinner cooking prepared and brought to you. It can be done. I say servant headquarters. I have no idea what that is. I just said that is like old, if you're at the Biltmore Estates, in Tennessee, the Biltmore Gardens, and Humphreys will come pick you up in the black Cadillac, sir, and or would you prefer the Rolls Royce today? That'd be fine. We just get busy in the daytime. Is the point with all of this, that you have to focus on the market. If you're shorting and you're longing and you're flipping back and forth, a lot of times you're not focused enough, and you wind up chopping yourself. And it's because your strategy's all over the place. You're trying to find the right answer continually. If you got the setup and you got the screens and you got the kind of the control center, whatever your HQ is, if you have that, you can do it. If you can isolate, you can do it. When you get in a million different directions, it becomes difficult. Group helps a lot. Reinforcing, lower level, compound, double down. And everybody will have a different setup. That's probably as unique, hopefully, as the holdings that you choose to trade or choose to hold. It seems like the most significant pullback that we've had thus far. I'm not sure that it is when we look at the entirety of the price action. We've had it on the candle wicks multiple times. Maybe not anything. Let's see here. Have we had anything this heavy? Close. The answer would be negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. We have not had anything this heavy in terms of a pour down. And we went exactly back down to, what is this? You see the rising wedge? We exactly went back down to that specified prior resistance. Okay? Resistance. This is the support line here. Support, up and over the resistance. Cut out, using it as support to get to our target, and now testing prior resistance after a failed confirmation to the upside. So on a technically bearish pattern, with the understanding that we also have a carve out here, and I will go ahead and do this. We have a carve out function here. I'm not going to want to do that. I want this to be a better. First of all, I don't like cup and handles. I don't like to trade them. That's not my deal. I don't like them. They don't trade very well. Sometimes you get a run and they will want to do nothing but trade. Other times they will unimpress you. I'd say more often than not, with my background. Yeah, you need to see this on a big screen TV. Fred, put it on a big screen TV. Angel, my brother, what's up? They come, they need to learn, Angel. We need to build. We need to let them learn what you can teach them. Drew this line out here. We're up and over this cross line resistance on the, let's just say this prior support of this overall rising wedge on Bitcoin. Okay, it's rising wedge on Bitcoin. Let me take care of these Fibonacci's, get them off the screen. Ba-boom. Now, I can take this wedge off too. I've just been dealing with a lot of different, nicely dealing with a lot of patterns. So the support, we are back above this line of prior support. Could have turned into resistance. It's kind of one of the axioms. Support to support, right? A support to resistance line. And so we're happy to be up and above that. We're in the zone. It's nice. We're working our way up. This pitch line formation is the trajectory that we currently have. And as we're working our way up, we have completed the upside target on the candle wick of the, please pay attention, of the, on the ascending triangle. So the ascending triangle is, and good luck to you, Fred. Go watch some videos and see if you'd like to be a part of our group. I think it'd be a real good thing for you to do. You can find a lot of trash out there on YouTube, etc. So please go do that for yourself. I'd look forward to hearing what all you decide to do. We're learning and building. Amen. That's right. What a great challenge for smart, intelligent people is to continually learn and build together. How cool. 2022 is going to rock. That's the way to do it. So we've met the upside target, the first target. Yeah, all VIP should. It's huge. It's rare to find people who really want to hone and sharpen their skills to an extraordinary level. It's VIP. That's what we do. That's great. It's really great that we look at, I think of Luke in the back. I think of Richard Rios. I think of Jason's Lit. I think of some of these guys that are really AJ, Crypto, Ambrosio, Ryan, really solidly committed to bettering their game. And I'm telling you, you could be an 80-year-old trader and you're going to find something. I see that. You're 80 years old and you found, I found the way these work. You know, it could happen. We're always finding like the way the prices will change, the way the pricing behavior wants to move or change. What's the mood of the market right now? What patterns are presenting themselves within the degree of a different tendency that something's having? Like this channel was real interesting because it was a wedge. You guys know that? This wedge was crucial. We had talked about so many of those wedges that had recovered. Once it broke down and out, it recovered back into the wedge. We covered that multiple times. The benefit of the lower target here, once outside of and down from this line of support on the wedge. Recovery, boom, boom. And those are our goods right there. Yeah, that wedge. Let's take a look at it. You see that wedge? We got a ton on the screen right now. I don't do this all the time in terms of technicals, but I'm doing it right now because I want the lines to stay there for a minute. I want us to, if it bothers you on the screen, try putting it on your screen. And I mean that in a delightful way. Try putting this, if that's kind of burdensome to look at, try putting this on your screen or a channel on your screen that represents this price action to the support, resistance, support, okay? Because I want you to see the two lines of resistance, two areas of resistance here and in this zone. In this zone and in this zone. Resistance, resistance to support, support. Reframe it. Can you justify having it on the outer bound? and the lower bound. Let's say this this upper and lower bound. How do you see it? What are your targets? As we challenge each other, work your technicals. Between the different time frames, what's your favorite technical that you like to draw on? Draw it on that time frame first. Does it still comport with? Or are you getting mixed signals on the other time frames? It's a chore to come up with perfect TA. I say absolutely perfect TA can be a chore. We go to this. I want to see if I like that. Let's see. Something along the lines of this. Let's just say that. We have more of a slim cut on this wedge on the candles. If we wedge it, there is that indication of the top line, just hugely important, that top line channel within that wedge. A little bit of deviation here. I'm going to write to you, Angel. We are building in 2022. I am committed to building. We start 2022 like that. We're starting 2022 like that. And that just came to us. That's important. The crypto space it requires it of us, in my opinion. And we're of the type of individuals that it shall not be wasted energy. It's going to be very positive. So this wedge formation is pretty monstrous. I'm comparing it to kind of a previous wedge formation in here. Technically, the wedge got a little bit pulled into what I would say into something like this, with a line of resistance, support, and resistance up in this area that was broken out of. That was the wedge that I liked best. These hits here down to the bottom, and then with the completion move up to this. Really, that's the best interpretation I liked. Once we backed off of it, you have to understand, once we backed off that line of resistance along the top, it really became evident that, yes, we had set something in line with the preceding trend line, the resistance hits, that, yes, we had formulated a wedge. So we had the resistance, support to the resistance. So that's the wedge. That's what we formed. Different patterns. Could have been they look stodgy like this. They wind up looking really stodgy. And it's because you can't do this. If you want to go to a descending triangle, really you'd want to say, okay, well, there's the descending triangle. So it winds up being some sort of triangulated, not a mess, but nothing that's really as cleanly put on the table. I'll say that as the wedge of the preceding zone. It was nice, and we found the wedge down in here as well on that monthly at 30,000 published. A little bit cryptic, not too cryptic, but enough cryptic, and just saying I see something really big. Hello at 30,000. What's up? Great spot to enter. Booyah. What's up? So I'm measuring the amplitude or the degree of, and let's say the size of the patterning, so that we can get let's say an idea as to comparatively what are we looking at now vis-a-vis or in comparison to the preceding wedge? If we have a wedge here, we'll go ahead and include this particular fallout on December 3rd. Boom. Down to that 38.2 macro. If we have this zone here and this wedge formation currently, and we had the preceding one, what are the expectations of the move up and out of this wedge compared to this wedge given the magnitude difference? You say, well, does that really make sense? You really want to do that? Well, just go to the, it does make difference. It does make sense. You guys, I mean, look at a bull flag right here. Just stack a micro bull flag next to it. You know, take a macro flag like this, and then just imagine your micro flag next to it. Which one has a bigger expected move? Which one you want to trade? You want to trade the big one all the time, twice on Sundays. So let's see where we're at. Everything cutting a bit of weight in the market as Bitcoin backs off and is flirting with the idea of going red and down in through its peak of the rising wedge. A little bit of volatility. We hit our target. Maybe interesting to see what does occur. It's just so funny. Can you imagine someone in VIP kind of waking up or something? They got to check the computer. If they had their target set to sell here, and they come back and like, oh man, it's gonna break down, and they go back and wherever they look at their targets, like they go to candles, like, oh yes, I hit my target. Just I can see some of the VIP, doing who knows what they've done, but it's good if they're paying attention. I mean, that's the kind of hit that I want people to have at the lower level. Boom, pick up. Bam. Targets always deployed. Currently resting on that 23.6 top level. 23.6 top level of Fibonacci. 38.2, 50, 61.8 to 65th, 78.6, and also the 86th. 86th percentile. So these are the parameters. Everybody wants the secret to, well, how do I not run out of money if I'm doubling or tripling or compounding down? It'd be like getting car insurance for the rest of your life with one installment. That'd be nice if you could do it, huh? You just have to kind of be wise with your bucks. You got to be, at times people play heavier, but you can't take yourself off the map. It's not worth it. We got too many people that enjoy trading. Finding the right opportunity, find the right sheep. Some people make $1 million with $1,000. Hang around, learn to trade in the meantime. Make sure you can trade sheep when you need to. Not what everyone maybe wants to hear, but it's not everyone has huge bank accounts. It's not necessary. But you got to be able to invest. If you're investing, you show up with, some people are learning. Some people are young, they're learning, they're kiddo coming out of college or graduating, okay. So we have this specific, I called this earlier on the perch. It was perched up on the top of the rising wedge. Typically a bearish pattern. Huge scoop to the upside, up to our target. And let's see, currently priced at $44,053, up 0.48% on the day. AVAX up 6.19%. Sheeb trying to act like it wants to push back to the upside. You guys know how much we streamed during this? A lot of streaming during this. A lot of streaming. A lot of streaming. Cut some tapes. Boom, 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 boom. Had to cut some tapes during this part because the information was so crucial. It was like, we're going down. I got to let people, the max number of VIPs, et cetera, know this sucker's going to just, this thing's going to, I mean, per the authorities, et cetera, on TA, yeah, this thing's going to, hammer down. So, got back into streaming around restart of the year. We missed it, huh? We missed you, Angel. So exciting to, really is, be back in YouTube Live, #1 crypto channel. Not by the numbers of everybody else. Look at Angel saying, London, your TA is savage. My man, huh? My man, what's going on? My man, there we go. It's my pleasure. In terms of the TA, always is my pleasure. It's a nice hit at that target. And the key was you had to take it from this specific level to get that original target. It was from this pivot, which is really, you got to trade. And I say that all the time, like if you trade a lot, you'll probably pick up on this because you got to trade to kind of say, okay, this will be the first level. This will be a secondary target, primary target, secondary target on the rising wedge in here with the pivot. The extension, the more aggressive one here, kind of a higher risk threshold. And thank you for that, Angel. It means a lot. You saying my TA is savage. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. There you go. Angel saying you're absolutely correct, London. You don't need an abundance of capital to begin. Just begin, period. That's right. Like, throw your foot in the door. I gotta say that, huh? Like, it's like, you just throw your foot in the door. Hey, it's like the door is closing on me. Like the market is taking off everything else. Like I'm getting shut out of the market. Like, whoa, you just throw your foot in the door. See what you could get in. See what you could do in terms of the market. Get your foot in the door. Do something. There's two ways, huh? People would talk about, well, I just don't know how to get my foot in the door. Normally you would say, okay, that means that you are going to be walking. The impression is that you're going to be walking into some place. I'd love to go interview with that investment banking firm in New York. I don't know how to get my foot in the door. When you think about it, that is somebody maybe closing their door. This and that. Whoa, boom. You stick your foot in the door. Whoa, excuse me. There's one more thing you haven't considered. There's one more. Just that fight, that grit, the determination. You're getting shut out of a place. So, in terms of the market, you got to have that grit, that determination. You got to. You got to have that win. Nothing but you got to win. Got to win. It has to happen. You do that with top line TA. You do that with reinforcement amongst the group, etc. No man is an island. I've seen a lot of the islands that don't have the right infrastructure. You got to be able. Guys, I've had the best traders in the world around me, and on Wall Street. Truth, like the number one guy. He gonna ask me questions. You have to have that infrastructure. That's just the truth. You have got to have that in place. I'm not sure people really appreciate that. Well, I'm just gonna do this myself. I'm just gonna, man. I'm probably a unique case because I can actually say that. That's not we have an impression of it's they book a trade for they made 10 million on a trade, or they made 15 million. I'm talking about people who handle desks of like billions of dollars and trade that boom 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 like the number one guy at that. So he want to ask me questions. He needs to speak to somebody. That's a big deal when you put that in context of what we're used to here, which is, well, you got to book a trade for, maybe a couple million, this, that. Like, even the big guys, like the institutionally, framed guys, the heavy, the top guy on the street, period. So I don't mention his name because that's not, I have his name. I have his number. I have, that's just it. But I don't need to mention his name. Big B. Shout out Big B. And I should always say afterwards, God, it's cold in here. We do that. Shout out to Big H quite a bit. Yeah, so shout out to Big B, that trader I referred to. And gosh, it's cold in here. That's an inside joke I would say to him. Let's see. So I have this line of this prior. The good thing is this: we're up and over this pattern here, this area of confluence, this generalized level of prior support, threatened to turn into prior support. Right? These lines are pretty well done right now. They're not perfect, but they're pretty well done. Yeah, that's nice. Prior support, very exacted, and support. Very precise, I should say. So, hold on. I had drawn this back on the, let's see this. Let's take a look at this. I had drawn this back to reflect upon what we had discussed in the form of a descending triangle. Let's check this out. What is up, guys? You guys remember this descending triangle? You'll remember that. I'm going to clean up these green lines. We remember that. We know. I keep them there. Every time I look at those green lines, it's too much on the screen. But like, buy. Every time I see that. I like that. So, up 0.31, cooled off quite a bit. Not a huge day to the upside, but it cooled off. Let's go into, we got the ascending triangle. On the bottom, we got the descending, the falling wedge, only visible on the candle wicks. We have the ascending wedge, boom, 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 in play. And we're going to push that wedge now. Whoa. Let's see how we're going to push that wedge. Let me see this. Close. That's interesting. Are you seeing this? Assuming that we set the bottom. Now, I like this because we discussed something similar to this. It's not exactly what we discussed, but you're seeing the same parameter play out on the daily. Let's go here. On the daily, please pay attention to this. Let me see where we're at. Let me really do this appropriately. Let's do it on the line first of all. Let's do it on the line so you can see what I'm talking about. I had brought up on a prior stream that at times, Angel's saying, you're absolutely correct, London. You don't need an abundance of goods. Same one. Okay, just making sure. I had brought up, and please pay attention to this, note to self. Note your TA reg book that you carry mentally, your framework toolkit, okay? When we talk about this preceding hit of support, preceding central hit of support, I told you guys, look back to the first bull flag. The base of the structure of the first bull flag many times will play in terms of where the overall trend line likes to be set. Now, we were covered on this. I'll say we were covered. We had our targets. No problem. Here. But you can see what was set is very interesting. Is we didn't respect, and this is very interesting, we didn't respect this bottom line support to support this top line here. We crushed through that. In fact, we went to one of the supports of the bull flags. And we would go to, I go to lower time frame and see, is that actually a bull flag? It's a bull pennant. It's a baby bull pennant. You see what I'm talking about? We didn't carry over and respect this particular line of support. If you can start to look at these differently in terms of it's always the bottom line support, always the bottom line support. It's got to be the bottom line support. Let's go in heavy here. If you can understand that they fluctuate, sometimes they'll hit here at the first primary. And I don't know. As I look at it, I don't know. Maybe this is the first bull flag. Maybe it is because it has a nice run up. The other is a series of an Elliott, real choppy Elliott. So maybe that is the first bull flag. I would think so, given the flagpole. I think we would all agree. Yeah, copy that. So we do have that playing out on the 4 hourly, right in line with what I had said beforehand. And I should have really, as I said, the bull flag, I had drawn to this. I really should have paid attention to the flagpole here. Copy that. We were covered on the targets. Wasn't a real critical issue. I said kind of watch out for it, etc. But yeah, if we watched out for it, we really applied good TA. Boom. I think we agree the flagpole run up here. So bam, we are literally in line with that. That maxim is kind of proving true. I'm glad we discussed it before the occurrence. Now, it wasn't required for us to do the pickup. That wasn't required. But I'm happy to see that play out. And that we can gauge back into it. And you can see that potentially on your other coins that you're going to be trading, your other investments. Okay? And I guess it gets questionable if that is a flag beforehand. This is what I talk about. They differentiate irrespective. That's a nice run up. That's a clean run. But we can have that discussion later if needed. Maybe the best lesson that we have is the following. Let them work in tandem, your potential pickup lines with your Fibonacci's, period. Target. Always targeting, on target. At this level, the preceding higher level, is there another one here? You betcha. So, okay, cross line of, just say line of, broad line of support. All these differentiated lines of support. So what's going to catch the process here as we let it unfold itself, because it's going to be a different overall pattern, different overall cycle. It's either up or it's down, right? Depending upon which support holds. So which one is it? As you find that out, that's going to be determined by your Fibonacci's, by your targets. We are so huge on targeting here. You target those prices, and that's it. Target at the lower levels. So it's nice to see that. At least you guys understand what I was talking about prior heretofore. Could be here. Let's go to the Let's go to the candle wicks and check it out. Let's see. That there. What is this to? Where are we at? Not really much. I'm liking the line chart a lot better on that. And sometimes you get to choose, sometimes you have to choose. That's how it is, lines to candles. Sometimes you get to choose, and sometimes you have to choose. So we have this descending. Why am I hung up on this specific descending triangle right now? Could have some implications. We may want it to roll over, but not too far. Don't get us out of that sweet spot. Let's see what we got. We want to go to the line of support. Previous 21st September, 40,700. Line of support. January 8th, 40,800. Right, same price. To line of resistance. September 6th, 49,250. Support, resistance, support, right? On and through November, December, mid-December. To resistance, just really nicely demarcated. Resistance, support, 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 resistance. Bottom line, support, support. Drop down through, and we're back up over that pattern, which is very interesting. So we can forget that pattern. I tell you because I guarantee you, and you may be thinking of it yourself, or you may be one of the culprits or benefactors of the theory that you would have orders waiting right here. I know there's an uptrend. I know everything's going great. I know that's great. I want Bitcoin at a little bit cheaper price. We're running off. You can just hear we're running an office here. I know it's going up. I know you don't want to buck the trend, but we want Bitcoin at a cheaper price. Well, sir, let me tell you, this would be one area where I would say we might be able to pick up Bitcoin at a better price right here. We might be able to. We'll see if the market gives it to us. I want to pick up that Bitcoin at a cheaper price. Anything cheaper than that, we might be able to pick up. Well, sir, the market is strong. You just hear the office going on like that. Huh? The market is strong. But there may be another level or two that we might be able to pick up Bitcoin at a cheaper price. Now you're talking. Can you hear the guy who just wants Bitcoin at a cheaper price? Now that it's going up, he wants it where it was at. The the market tyrant, I'm sure, that's in charge of the Bitcoin desk. Huh? He wants Bitcoin where it's at, or where it was at. So, breaking through the bearish pattern, in all likelihood involved in some degree of a pattern attempt and catch on that wedge, because 0.23 down, that's a nice hit on that target, and fibs deployed. First level fib failure 23.6. Orders did engage. Orders did engage top level. Variable targeting possible within I'd say you'd have 3 levels of Fibonacci's to go through here. 3 different sets of targets. You'd have, let's say, honestly, if you'd want to hammer this out as much as possible, you'd have 15 to 20 total targets, and you would probably script out confluently to the extent that you would want to. Let's look at it. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got the lower level fib to top region. We have the breakout of the previous zone here. So let's go ahead and do this. Since we're live, we'll do it. We'll call this a previous bull pennant here. And we will draw I think I got some flack in the back for the way I told the VIP that this was probably going to go up. I sent him some cool video. It was a cool video. I was like, whoa, that was cool. But I sent it to him, but you know, I just couldn't understand. The whole market was talking. One of the VIPs said the whole world is talking about whether or not it's going to go up or not. I'm like, man, come on. I just spell it out, but I'm like, come on, man. Nice move. So Fibonacci from the top. Point of the breakout. Let's go to the wicks on the sticks. Let's pull this up. And now you're starting to look at what your Fibonacci board is going to look like, your Fibonacci setup. Let's clean this up a little bit. I want 2 or 3 screens in your house. You guys know that, huh? I don't want to just be on a big screen in 2022. I want to be on I want to push like 2 or 3 screens worth of content. That's what I'd like to do. That'd be nice. Anyone can have a channel, huh? It'd be cool just to push we got we got 4. It's a 4 monitor setup. We have. It'd be fun. No one thinks about that. Streaming and then having them. So we want to do this on the line. There you go. Good enough. So prior breakout, previous breakout, and we're not in the way of any overall macro fibs or anything along those lines. Oh, Bitcoin, huh? She likes to push. She likes to pull. You know, she's going to throw you the right jab, huh? Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to grab some water real quickly. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's more of an aggressive pull down than we've had in a period of days. And that's the level of volatility we would expect. We hit a target. We hit our target within $55. So, and I always suggest if we have a target that you allow for a little bit of leeway. Otherwise, you tell me, London, I didn't hit the target. I missed it by $55. I'm like, well, you need to change that by $150. What do you think? Maybe $250, maybe $300, depending upon what you're trading. That's good. That's a hit. We count that as a hit. And the market is recognizing it thus far. .75% to the downside. We have hit so many targets on this channel. We're good when we go live. We like to do that. I love trading bull flags, stuff like that. Sometimes we'll have some target that's just literally, it's just off the radar. You know, it's just like, and this is our target, and it's, you know, we're something around here. and whatever else it'll do, and it finds a way. If it's technically indicated, that's why I dig this. I really dig these studies up from that I can with the resources I have, etc. Just the same as you with Federal Reserve or whatnot. Those studies to look at what they've put together, because I know technically that the technicals are too strong to not function. Like there's some real premise based or real solidly based mathematical concepts that are in play that are beyond a picture in a book or an idea that someone had, and it's a mass market move. No, these are really highly calculated moves. They're just they're cool like that. They can generate cash like that. And that's good. Last night, we went through an hour and a half or 2 hours talking about Elliott wave extensions. That's nice. And that is through that. What else do we do here? We can do that. Let's see. Let me redo this. We want to go and draw. Really, I'd do that. This, not that. Come here. I want to draw up. We could do this. Let's do this. In this framework. We just hit the 141. I don't know, guys. The 141. That's not doing much for me. It must be the pattern that we brought into the scope, because the 141, it's a level. It's not like, the Magna Carta. It plays, but let's see here. Yeah, the 141. Yeah, come on. 141. I'm not sure. It's a level, but and again from the bottom to the top to the bottom. So and you can see a lot of these play out. Our 86 on this bottom to the top to the bottom was a key focal. Our crucial 86, our custom level, right, was where all this grinding took on. Remember the grinding feature it went through. And down off about 0.08, holding. So, yeah, we got a lot of things going on. Buyers may be willing to step into the 161.8 is that secondary target. Ooh, interesting, huh? That's that secondary target I have above us. That's like the Magna Carta. I want to see that 161.8. Isn't that cool? Because we got there on the patterns, right? But it's really right in line with the extensions as well. And the pattern should be essentially calculated by market activity as well, calculable at least, right? We would hope, maybe in lieu of the aforementioned. I was saying the difference between calculable or calculated, right? We don't want things to be maybe overly. I'll drop that, but I don't want to get into a discussion in terms of why would they put a bull flag there for people to trade if they know it's going to fail. I don't want to get into those discussions, so we will hold off on that. Do you think they know the bull flag's going to fail before they put it there? What do you guys think? I bet they do. I'd almost be certain that they do. Calculatively. In terms of the calculatives. And there's probably other hints that we have in the market, like the return to function, etc. We have other hints in the market as well. So crucial time for coin. Not sure VIP are really. I don't know where they're at. I'm sure some of them are sleeping, and maybe they have their orders set here. Yeah, I would think so. Well, I am currently in the modus operandi, i.e., my MO needs to be Cohiba. It has got to happen. I got to go have a Cohiba. I just have to. So, and I did. I ordered 10 boxes of them. Maybe for family and friends. Maybe for some of you. Angel, I would like to send you like a few boxes of Cohibas. My brother, I'd like to send you some boxes of Cohibas to celebrate Sheeb and 2022 and us knowing each other. Period. It's 2022, baby. It's a good year. I want to send you some Cohibas. If you'll let me. If you won't let me, I understand. We got to hang out and smoke a Cohiba. Hey. That sounds like a good plan in 2022. We're going to hang out with a nice box of Cohibas. That's just, it was on the perch earlier on, right? The perch. Just the perch, the top line resistance here of this wedge formation. I got so much going on here. I want to keep this, that descending triangle. I'm going to put it on standby. I'll bring it up for a reason. I'll discuss it more later. Okay. That resistance is that red line. This blue is that channel. If you put it on your, it's interesting. It doesn't look great on the screen. If you put it on your screen, you won't want to take it off because you'll see the importance of all the interplay of them right now. You won't want to take off. I tell you, in between the, you won't want to take off the descending triangle. Here is in play. The wedge is in play. That line of prior support here, up along this way here, is in play. The extensions are in play. The targets, low side, need to recall them. The channel function here is in play. The channel within the wedge from the line to the candle wicks. The descending triangle. The pitch here. Okay, the pitchfork here. Preceding wedge. So this may look like something that no one can understand until you put it on your chart and you'd be like, no, I gotta keep this. That's in play. So that's why the chart looks like this right now. We got a lot in play. We got a whole lot. And it's good. It's good to have that much in play. And we're finally getting some patterning on top. That's nice. We got a huge lift off yesterday from that indicated, implied, what was it, guys? Bull pennant? Yeah. At this level, which was really crucial. Let me move this back down right into here. We're going to do that. Because we were in that mid-level zone last night, I know for a fact. So I'll move that. I adjusted those slightly. Time frames will do that. So in terms of this function here, small bull pennant indicated, move to the upside. BTC kind of holding 0.08. Okay. If we go to the lines instead of the candle wick in terms of the targeting, it looks like she's trying to pick up on the 23.6 on the line right now. I just wanted to change that over because I just realized with the amplitude of this top line formation of the specific support line, we have both the resistance across the top of this rising wedge here, rising wedge. Then we have the support. In line with the support, really it's more indicated that we would draw to the line right here on this, that we would draw to this line, because that 23.6 is essentially along the line of support. Okay? Sometimes you get to choose, sometimes you have to choose. And so that's the level currently in play. You guys have the that framework together. Draw that wedge out on the 30-minute chart. Look at the support and the resistance. Draw from the preceding on the actual breakout of the pattern formation, that ascending triangle. Initiate to the bottom to the top. Draw that triangle on the wicks. Okay, that's the only way you're going to get that triangulation is on the wicks. So that'd be nice to have a monster pattern to trade out of. We were just talking about wanting one of those. We'd like a monster pattern. It's funny, it goes down like, oh no, we hit our target. Boom. Just talking about wanting a larger pattern to trade into. Bam. At some point, wanting a pattern. Like, we're asking for it. We're literally getting what we're asking for. We're happy about it. Okay, so that 23.6 is picking up. Like I said, I'm going to go roll and have Stogie, Cohiba. I'll be in the back DM. Angel, I'll be on text. Anyone who's here and hasn't said anything, hit the like button. If anything else, we'd appreciate that. And shout out in the comment, in the chat. Let us know why you're here, what you're doing, what you're trading. And we love our VIP. We love Angel. What's up, Angel? Much love, brother. From me to you, you know that, always. And I'll be around. Guys, we're excited we hit our target. Another success for the channel. Ba-ba-ba-boom. Ba-ba-ba-boom. Now, let's review it real quickly just so we can see. I have this measurement tool here from the hit. Really on the 4 hourly was just precise. We came within $55. I think that's within threshold. So measured out 35 point, let's say 35.17%, 35%, there and about. Okay, so congratulations to anybody who is trading, traded, re-engaged, bam, 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 hit it, right? That's what we do. That's great, guys. In like 2 weeks, 35%. What's going on? Bravo, bravo. If you didn't get in there at the lower level, right, I encouraged everybody, get a position. Get a position. Get one. Just do it. Get a position. Get into something. You buy you some Bitcoin. You have to. It's on support. We told you. It's on support. I say you don't have. If you want to sell it support, you can, but get one. Do it. So that was nice for anybody who got in then as well. And we just kind of reframe this because these are good. That's 20%. You're up 20%. Ballpark 20%. Max, over 20% you could have made there, depending on where you got in, especially if you double down. Oh, yeah, you cleared 20% just with, hey, why don't you get a position? Boom. Nice. Very nice. Beautiful. So you guys have a good night. It's about 4:30 on the East Coast, about 3:30 on CST, and about 1:30 a.m. on the Pacific Coast, about 1:30. So not bad on the Pacific Coast. Got it going good with that time frame. So a little easier for them to keep up with Asia. I hope you guys have a good night, that you take care of yourself and you eat well, sleep well, invest in the other relationships in your life that you invested in before you started investing. And now that you're investing, invest in these relationships with us in terms of the quality time you spend, etc. We look forward to spending more time with you. This is London with Crypto Kingdom and Bitcoin Spike #1 channel you're going to find, and we just relish in that. We're excited about it for the VIPs and base campers. You guys have a great night.